In a world teetering on the brink of destruction, Hyun Habin gifted her brother, Hyun Si-woo, the artifact to turn back time and the powerful sacred seat Naiva. Thanks to that, Si-woo successfully returned to the past. The moment the gate opened, he desperately wanted to run to Hyun Habin, but the system prevented him. For 5 long years, Si-woo secretly became the world's top-ranked hunter, under a different identity, tirelessly searching for the sacred seat of Hezar to bring back to Hyun Habin, as she had instructed in her previous life. Meanwhile, Hyun Habin, with no memory of her past life, toiled tirelessly from dawn till dusk just to make ends meet, after her parents and brother all disappeared during the gate outbreak. Will Hyun Habin and her brother Si-woo succeed this time in rescuing the world from the impending doom? Stay tuned with Academy Manhwa. The story begins amidst a ruined city, where Hyun Habin carefully instructs her brother, Hyun Si-woo, to stay alert and listen closely. If I can't make it back, use this to return to the point of origin. A sudden burst of light appears. The time-warping artifact emerges, causing a severe distortion in the flow of time, reverting to the ultimate limit of the past. Si-woo hesitantly asks, "Hey, is not that artifact meant for last resorts?" Habin further decides, "Plus, I am giving you Naiva as a special gift. I think you two are quite compatible." He quickly refuses, "Not compatible at all. Besides, is not Naiva your first sacred seat? No need to give it away." "Stop," Habin adds. "Remember this. If you go back to the past, remember to find a Hazar for me. In the next life, I absolutely have to make a Hazar my first sacred seat. Only then can I put up a real fight." Si-woo stands blankly, asking, "Next life?" Hyun Habin confidently says, "If I start with a Hazar, I am sure I can climb to the 90th floor instead of the 70th. Honestly, only that level is worth trying." Si-woo tries to dissuade her. "Hey, I told you to stop. What are you planning to do anyway?" She flashes a radiant smile, reassuring him, "Don't worry too much, dear brother. Trust me, I will come back, safe and sound. See you later." Si-woo blames himself. "I should not have let her go like that. I should have held on until the very end." Hyun Habin's promise in the previous life was ultimately broken. An entrance to a gate appears in the sky. A worker on the site announces, "All right, that is all for today's work. Let us finish up and head home. That kid is young but takes on all the dangerous jobs, huh? It is not just this one. I heard she also works at the potion workshop. She is no ordinary person." Seeing this, the foreman reminds her, "Habin, be careful out there." She cheerfully replies, "Yes, sir. If you see me working hard, you will give me extra pay, right?" 5 years ago, gates suddenly opened one after another, and monsters poured out. People took turns fleeing the city. At the same time, people known as Awakened Ones appeared. They were called Hunters, and fought to stop the monsters. Thanks to them, social classes based on wealth, education, and family background collapsed, and the world shifted to one where only hunters could reach the top. But that has nothing to do with me. Even if the social class has changed because of the gates and Awakened Ones, wealth inequality still exists here. Non-awakened people have to do manual labor, handling gate remnants or doing odd jobs in potion workshops to make a living. I am one of them. The foreman curiously asks Habin, "Hey, did not you get the announcement earlier?" She startles and asks, "Oh, I was too busy, so I probably scrolled past it. What is up?" He kindly replies, "It is an announcement that they are closing soon, so leave early. You should pay close attention to warnings, like gate closures or gate outbreaks." Habin pretends to reply, "Oh yes, I will be more careful." How unlucky. Other people can see it. Why am I the only one who can't? I am a player too. At least show me the status, system window, or basic notifications. If it is a system error, fix it quickly. It has been 5 years already. Since I am not an awakened one and can't see the system window, I am afraid I won't get hired, so I pretend to see it. After finishing her work, she politely says, "Thank you, everyone." The foreman does not forget to say goodbye to Habin. "You have worked hard. Be careful on your way home." She takes the opportunity to ask, "Oh sir, have you heard anything about the person I asked about before?" He immediately says, "Oh, about that kid. If I hear anything, I will give you a call." She politely replies, "Yes, thank you." On her way home, Habin looks at her phone and says, "Let us see. I have to go to the workshop tomorrow. Even if I am not an awakened one, I would not have to run around doing so many jobs like this. But there is a reason for everything. The gate outbreak 5 years ago led to my parents' death and my brother's disappearance. Because of that, I have to pay off the house loan, so I had to drop out of school and dive into earning money. I also have to buy information from hunters to find my brother, so no matter how much I work, it is never enough." She says annoyedly, "What is the point of having a big house? The more I think about it, the more frustrated I get. If I had sold it earlier and moved to a smaller house, I would not have to struggle this much." Even so, Habin still stands still for a moment. "But how can I leave this place? What if he comes back? Hope really does drive people crazy. I do not know if I can give up this foolish thing. The world has changed, but this house remains the same. It is like the whole family is still waiting for me to come home." Memories suddenly flood back into her mind. Her father gently asks, "Are you home?" Her mother cheerfully greets her, "My darling daughter, you are back so late. Have you eaten?" Si-woo casually says, "Hyun Habin, just so you know, I ate all the pizza in the fridge." She unconsciously laughs. That really is annoying, but I miss it so much now. Si-woo sits imposingly on the chair and asks, "Are you home? Where have you been wandering until now? By the way, I was waiting for you to starve, so I ate all the pizza in the fridge." He then turns to watch TV, while Hyun Habin stands there in disbelief. Am I hallucinating because I miss them so much? Her brother curiously asks. Hallucinating about what? She tentatively realizes. It is not a hallucination. Hyun Ha-bin immediately grabs Si-woo's collar. What? Are you really Hyun Si-woo? He still smiles and says, it is different coming home. My dear sister even welcomes me so warmly. Hyun Ha-bin asks in disbelief, why are you here? He tries to answer, this is our home. Where else would I be? She still can't believe reality. That is strange. You are supposed to be missing, not for 1 or 2 years, but for 5 years. You have not contacted me during that time. Where have you been? What have you been doing? She suddenly notices something strange. Wait, what is this? Si-woo blankly asks, what? Ha-bin immediately says, even though I am just a low-level carrier, with 5 years of struggling to survive in dungeons, I am very knowledgeable. Even if I can't see the status window, I observe much more carefully than others. Just by looking, I know how valuable this is. I do not know if you tried to make it look ordinary, but my eyes are not fooled. The cut of this jacket, and this detail, and this black tag. It is the SS Class Hunters Special Casual Collection, Elms. Si-woo hesitantly asks, how do you know? Ha-bin firmly confirms. It is the real deal, no doubt. Si-woo, are you an awakened one? Have you been a hunter all these years? Si-woo becomes flustered. That is not the point. What is important now is... Ha-bin worriedly asks, why did not you tell me anything? I even reported you missing to the police. He awkwardly explains, right, I already canceled the missing person report a long time ago. She covers her face in sorrow. Are you crazy? Why did not you show your face even once during that time? I really... Seeing this, Si-woo also becomes flustered. Are you crying? Hey, I was worried about you too. Before he can finish, Ha-bin delivers a punch to Si-woo's stomach, causing him to vomit blood non-stop. Ha-bin furiously scolds her brother. Do you know how much I have suffered? You were alive but did not contact me. You should have at least said something. I gave up school to find you. I had to pay off the house loan and survive by working day and night without rest. Si-woo weakly says, we still have a loan. I did not know. Ha-bin angrily says, you should at least care about how I am living. He tries to explain. I have a reason I can't tell you. Ha-bin prepares a fist and interrogates him. What reason? Si-woo desperately pleads. Wait, 5 seconds. Just 10 seconds. A notification appears on Ha-bin's phone. A huge sum of money has been transferred to her account. Ha-bin is stunned by the massive amount. Si-woo asks, is this enough to take care of things for now? Ha-bin gently helps her brother to a chair. Then she sullenly sits right next to him and immediately changes her attitude to an amiable one. Everyone has times they can't talk about. My dear brother, you have been through a lot, have not you? It is good that you came back safely. Ha-bin suspiciously asks, are there any taxes or anything? Is it clean money? Si-woo helplessly replies, it is clean money. I should have transferred it from the start. She conveniently asks, now tell me, what have you been doing all this time? What rank hunter are you? What organization do you belong to? Si-woo threatens, if I tell you, you have to give back the money. Ha-bin becomes stiff. Actually, I am not that curious. After talking for a while, Si-woo suddenly remembers, also, the thing you asked me to find? I brought it back. It is in your room. Check it out later. She wonders, the thing I asked you to find. Ha-bin searches her memories. Did I ask him to find something? The last time we met was 5 years ago. It is understandable to forget. It is strange. I would never ask him for a favor. She asks again to be sure. Did I really ask you to find something? Si-woo insists. I am telling you, you did. Consider it a birthday gift. It was hard to find, so do not sell it. Seeing him leave, Ha-bin asks, where are you going? Si-woo coldly replies, going to work. Where else would I go? I will be back later. She feels a little worried. What? You are definitely coming back? Hey, Si-woo, wait. But he hastily cuts her off. I will call you later. Ha-bin just stands there, watching him leave. That guy is clearly hiding something. Very suspicious. After entering the room, she is surprised by the gift Si-woo gave her. Is it this? A chest emanates incredibly eerie energy. Ha-bin feels a little scared. Why do I have this ominous feeling? I do not know what it is, but touching it seems like it will be troublesome. This feeling is definitely from an item. If it were someone else, a notification window would have appeared already. It seems suspicious, but there is no way my brother would give me something dangerous. His only sister, I do not even remember asking him to do this. Could he really be giving me something dangerous? A series of warnings appear continuously. Ha-bin gathers all her courage and opens the lid of the chest. A dazzling light radiates from within, stunning her. The system announces, minimum communication required, providing a special system window for Hyun Ha-bin. She still can't believe her eyes. What the heck is this? The status window appears. What in the world is happening? According to the notification window, this must be the usurped sword Ahazar. Ha-bin becomes furious. Hyun Si-woo, that jerk tricked me. When did I tell you to bring this back? I do not even know what this is. I can tell at a glance that it is not ordinary. Now that I can see the notification window, if it is a sacred seat, it is probably the sacred seat I have heard about before. According to what Ha-bin has learned, sacred seats are something that very few awakened ones can possess. The identities of sacred seats are diverse, ranging from spirits, deities, stars, to heroes. Awakened ones who possess sacred seats often achieve accomplishments and feats far beyond others. Korean awakened ones who possess sacred seats. 1 is Fides. 2 is Che Ji-se. Habin is curious. Who is Fides? He is the top-ranked hunter in the world, and the only one who possesses the sacred relic, Naiva. Currently in the entire globe, Fides has never taken off his mask anywhere, so his true identity is unknown, hence the various rumors. Habin's sighs and frustration, whatever. Hyun Si-woo must have put it back by mistake. When did I ask him to find this? I have to return it. The system confirms. You have chosen to accept, initiating the acceptance of the forbidden sacred seat. Usurped sword Ahezer, updating player profile, registering new awakened one. Habin panics. Wait, just touching it counts as accepting it. The sword slowly floats out of the chest and emits a light as brilliant as crystal. A warning appears. Again, not a player. Forbidden participant. A strong gust of wind sweeps through the room, blowing away furniture. Habin can only gape in confusion. What is it? Why is this happening? I know, but please calm down. Are you planning to destroy this house? This house is not paid off yet. How crazy. She stands still and reads all the information on the status window. Confirmed, forbidden player has forcibly participated. This is the power received from the forbidden path. From now on, the system GM will consider you an enemy. Habin's whole body trembles in fear. Can't this be cancelled? In the heart of a luxurious city, an employee's gentle voice speaks. Welcome, Mr. Fides. It is a great honor to have the world's #1 hunter visit. Our hotel will serve you with the best quality. He bluntly turns off the TV. Filming a clip like that is embarrassing. Oh man, I am so tired. I do not know what kind of meeting they had to call me all the way to New York for. I am all sweaty. It turns out that Fides is Si-woo's second identity. Naiva suddenly appears and nags. I told you not to wear that mask. Do you think it makes you look cool? Thinking staff Naiva, one of the 7 strongest sacred seats of the sacred relic level, and the only one in the world. It is the only memento I kept from Hyun Habin of the first loop. If it were not for that, I would have thrown it away a long time ago. He suddenly remembers Habin's instructions. Hyun Si-woo. Stay alert and listen closely. If I can't make it back, use this to return to the point of origin. Remember this. If you go back to the past, find and bring Ahizar back for me. If I knew that was the last time, I would have said goodbye properly. No, I should not have let her go. I should have held on until the very end. My little sister Hyun Habin, in the previous loop. Naiva confides. Habin seems very angry. Si-woo also senses it, because I disappeared for 5 years without any news. She must have been very worried, but I did not expect finding Ahizar to take so long. Besides, changing the future is not easy. There are so many restraining forces. Naiva says resignedly, well, it is less troublesome for both of you to live under a different identity before things settle down. If I could tell her, Habin would be less angry. Si-woo gently replies, that is true. Scene changes to 5 years ago. Si-woo is extremely surprised. I really did go back to the past. It really could only be used once. It disappeared completely. If this is a temporary shelter, then it must be right after the gate outbreak. Habin is still alive. I have to quickly go to Habin and tell her that I have returned. A system window suddenly appears with a notification. Statements that seriously affect system maintenance. Performing this will make the system GM an enemy. Si-woo tries to find a way to meet his sister. Then I will tell her that I am going to find Ahizar. Just wait a little longer. Si-woo's flashback ends here. When I told Naiva, nothing appeared. Naiva is a contracted sacred seat, and there is a memory link, so it is probably okay. I wonder what the mechanism is, but I have done what I need to do. The rest is up to Habin. But Habin said that if she started with Ahizar, she would reach rank 1 or something. She must have been joking. What kind of ranking is negative? Is that even a thing? Hyun Habin's status window appears with rank 1. She dazedly asks in her mind, is it real? The sword Ahizar immediately replies, it is real. Startling Habin, oh my god. The sword can talk. Ahizar is very grateful to her. Anyway, thank you for saving me. I thought I would be sealed forever. Habin suddenly grips the sword tightly. Sorry, I want to cancel the link, so goodbye. Ahizar immediately stops her. What? No, don't cancel it. Don't seal me again. The seal has already been broken, so it can't be resealed. Habin still firmly says, but I wanna. Ahizar explains. Besides, I have already been registered as your sacred seat. You can't cancel the first sacred seat. Habin searches for information online. From the second contract onwards, the bonds will be limited. The relationship will only be indirect support and indirect alliance, so you must be very careful and precise when choosing the first sacred seat. Seeing Habin's distorted face, Ahizar wonders, why do you hate me so much? It is a little embarrassing to say it myself, but I am the strongest sacred seat, still in existence. She bluntly retorts, that is a lie. I can see the status, so I will check it immediately. Status window, sacred seat information. The system window appears. First sacred seat, Ahizar. Once revered as the strongest war god of the first fallen world, Oridan, the leader of the 7 sacred relics. But because of betrayal, all titles were revoked, and he was sealed. Habin goes from one surprise to another, Oridan, I know that word. It is a name often used for items that are at least of legend grade. And this is the leader of the 7 sacred relics. So does that mean this is also of the sacred relic grade? But let us just assume it is. But all the sacred seats consider him an enemy. Ahazar stammers. That is because he betrayed the system GM to prevent the apocalypse, and tried to stop the system GM, so he has to pay the price. I have to act now. This world is definitely going to be destroyed soon. If I can't stop the system GM, then this time, Habin becomes confused. My life is also miserable. If that is really the case, then you are the strongest but you are blacklisted. Let us just assume you are telling the truth. If I do not stop the GM, the world will be destroyed. Your strength is also okay. Then what? As soon as you reveal your strength, the entire system, and sacred seats, turn against you. Overcoming all those obstacles, punishments, and dangers to prevent the apocalypse sounds impossible. Faced with Habin's questioning, Ahazar is completely speechless. That is because she seriously asks, when will the world be destroyed? Ahazar replies, in my world, after the signs of the apocalypse appear, it is about 30 years. From that, Habin guesses, then it is probably about that long in my world too. It has been about 5 years since the gates opened, so there are probably about 25 years left. Ahazar confirms, yes, maybe that, or a little longer. She praises, very good. Ahazar exclaims with excitement, you have finally decided. Habin excitedly declares, then I have to play as much as I want in the next 25 years. That statement is like a bolt from the blue to Ahazar. She quickly leaves the room, do all the things I want to do, live without regrets. Ahazar tremblingly asks, wait, what do you mean? You are going to shelve such incredible power? Habin casually replies, I am not being shelved. Ahazar frantically says to her, what? How about competing for the title of the strongest person in the world? Habin confides, I used to want to become an awakened one to find my family. But today, my family suddenly appeared again. Ahazar tries to tempt her. Don't you have any ambition, any more money, for example? Habin immediately shows off. I have that too. I suddenly got 10 billion today. So I have 25 years to party hard. Thanks for telling me in advance. What was it again? Aja, Zahel, Jaja. Ahazar helplessly watches Habin leave. No, what should I do now? Habin remembers that day. School was so peaceful, it could not be more peaceful. So boring. The friend sitting behind her keeps muttering, let something happen to my life, please. Even if it becomes a fantasy game, or a raid suddenly appears and turns into a hunter story. Habin curiously asks, hey TAESEO, do not you think those stories have a repetitive motif? That friend unhesitatingly shares, really, I just think it would be more fun to live like that. Isn't it? That question stunned Habin. I do not remember what I said at the time. Compared to those things, she looks up at the sky with vacant eyes. The sound of murmuring rises incessantly. Hey, what is that? I do not know. What is going on in the sky? And that is the hole. A bunch of monsters are crawling out. The students scream in fear. What the hell is that, monsters? Habin worriedly jumps up and asks, damn it, TAESEO, do you see that thing? He replies, Habin, it is a status window. She blankly asks, huh? TAESEO touches the status window and happily says, wish. The wish has come true. As soon as she gets home, Habin receives terrible news, Monsieur. Hyun Habin, I am sorry to have to say this so abruptly. Your parents were caught in the gate. When the whole family disappeared, only I was left behind, like a cruel joke of fate. Even though I tried my best to get everything back, to become a hunter, status window, mission. Even if I screamed like a madwoman, nothing came back. Why could not I? When I gave up everything and came to my senses, what greeted me was a mountain of debt, loneliness, and the pressure of making a living so heavy that I did not know if I could survive until tomorrow. That is how cold reality is. So that is what happened. Habin wakes up after remembering that painful memory. She lies sprawled out in the empty living room. The sound of the TV still echoes everywhere. Seeing her sit up, Ahazar asks, are you awake? It lets out a shriek when Habin steps on it. She angrily questions, who allowed you to freely look at other people's memories? Ahazar tries to defend itself, I did not do it on purpose. The first sacred seat can share memories. Calm down. If you keep doing that, the floor will break. Seeing the floor cracking, Ahazar quickly says, I warned you the floor would break. It is not my fault that things turned out this way, it claims. Habin angrily blames Ahazar. It is because you awakened that I can't control that power. How am I going to fix this? No, first I have to deal with that issue. Siwoo is still diligently working. He lets out a long sigh in exhaustion. Let us stop here for today. Rest well. Naiva nods and says, President Spez at home is not free either. Do you like living a double life like this? Siwoo glances at it and asks, what are you talking about? Naiva describes, normally you just lie around watching TV like a lazy worm. I do not understand why someone like you would want to deal with international issues related to hunters and manage hunter associations in various countries. Siwoo frankly says, if Hyunhabin takes over, I will step down immediately. It is not like I want to do this. Naiva quickly continues, that being said, you were the key person in establishing Spez, and now you are the president too. And there is no need to work so hard. It looks like you like this work, no matter how I look at it. Siwoo's phone suddenly rings. A barrage of messages from Hyunhabin is sent. What is that sword you left behind? Why does it keep mentioning the apocalypse? Are you crazy about saving the world? I do not need gifts like this. Come get it back immediately. He and Naiva freeze completely. What is going on? Siwoo sits in contemplation and speculates. If she says the sword is babbling, then she must have successfully unsealed Ahazar and formed a contract. But what is the problem? She got along well with Ahazar in the previous timeline. Naiva worriedly asks, what is wrong? Siwoo has no choice but to go home and see what is going on. If she awakens, I really can't beat her. Ahazar says unhappily, if your memories are correct, then the issue of being hostile to the system is not my fault. The whole world is connected to the status window. But only you are not. You were a bug from the start. You were blacklisted by the system GM, and your power is also unusual. No matter how strong I am, I can't resonate with power of that magnitude. It must be due to overload from the system error. Seeing Haben keep looking at her phone, Ahazar irritably reminds her, you should listen when someone is talking, but she bluntly replies, you are not even a person. Done, I have quit all my jobs. Haben laughs excitedly. I am so happy, so I have to party hard before the apocalypse. Ahazar jumps up and down and asks, wait, did you hear what I said? Haben is still immersed in her upcoming plans. I have wanted to subscribe to an OTT service for a long time, but I was too stingy to do it. 10,001 a month. That number used to be so big to me. Is there anything else worth subscribing to? Oh, should I top up my Kakao Page account? Ahazar is also at a loss. I do not understand why you keep thinking about eating and playing when the world is in danger. Habin says confidently, listen carefully. After receiving the money, I paid off all my debts and calculated the rest. Divided over 25 years, including living expenses and extravagant entertainment. Then, I can spend lavishly those years of having to pretend to know when people talked about popular dramas, because I could not watch. OTT services have been compensated for like this. Even though it is a bit late, I will watch everything now, Ahazar angrily warns. Now is not the time to do that. A voice comes from outside the door. I am home. Habin immediately recognizes Hyun Si-woo. Ahazar is also quite curious. Hyun Si-woo is the one who gave me to you, right? I do not know who it is, but it is definitely Hyun Si-woo. Save me quickly, he silently replies in his mind. No way. As soon as he enters the room, Si-woo is restrained by his sister in an instant. Habin immediately questions. Now tell me the truth. What is the scheme behind this gift? He replies. I want to tell the truth too, but I am still trying to get through this situation first. Si-woo sternly says, Habin, you are being a bit rude to your brother. Habin arrogantly asks, tired of living. Hearing that, he gets a little intimidated, sorry. But at least, let my feet touch the ground before we talk, okay? Habin continues to ask, this is probably something from a company or organization that you accidentally brought home, right? Si-woo makes up a reason. It is not related to my work. You asked me to get it, right? A package with your name on it was sent to me a while ago, and they told me to bring it home. I forgot, but I remembered now, so I brought it back. Habin discovers a suspicious point. You are missing, so who would send it to you? Si-woo is cornered. This kid is getting smarter. In the end, there is only this way. He puts on a clueless expression. That is true. Why would a package be sent to me? Habin is also startled. You did not even think of such a simple thing. Then, where was it sent from? Si-woo quickly replies, I threw away the packaging a long time ago. I do not remember either. Habin is gradually losing patience. What about the birthday gift thing? He claims I was planning to use that as an excuse to give you a gift. Habin is still a bit suspicious. Then why did you say it was hard to find? Si-woo also does not give in, and says, of course, it is to make an impression. She carefully observes her brother's face. You are very convincing, are not you? Si-woo feels like he has survived a disaster. How was it? Did it seem real? This is the ability of someone who has lived 2 lives, and always walks on the stage of death. You foolish sister. He pretends to ask, what is wrong? What is wrong with the sword? Habin thinks, what is this? Does he really not know? If even Hyun Si-woo does not know, then how am I supposed to ask? Ahazar angrily shouts, this world is about to be destroyed. Help me, Hyun Si-woo. Habin angrily asks, why are you shouting so loudly? Ahazar replies, humans have to know about this. She also bluntly retorts, it is better if they do not. From now on, keep your mouth shut. If you say anything in front of others, I will seal you in a place where no one can find you. Those threats scare Ahazar to death. Habin keeps lecturing Ahazar. Don't you think I could be killed if I reveal this? Can you even tell who is an enemy and who is a friend? From now on, think carefully before you speak. It is not just about being strong. Isn't this also the reason you failed in the previous world? Ahazar seems enlightened, so that is how it is. Si-woo also has to admit that the two get along really well. Si-woo sits with his chin propped up looking bored, and says, so, in summary, it is a sacred seat, and because the world is about to be destroyed, it wants to cooperate with you to destroy the system. With me, Habin, he speaks indifferently. It is a ridiculous story that is hard to believe. Habin casually picks up a piece of pizza and replies, is that so? Ahazar flies around and curses. Damn it. Si-woo coldly continues, so when will the world be destroyed? The other side replies, the exact time is unclear, but it can probably last for more than 25 years. Hearing her say that, Si-woo frowns and replies, what? It is not like it is going to end immediately? Ahazar then angrily says, you humans are too calm, that is why things are happening. It glares at Habin and accuses, you do not protect the environment, you just leave everything for future generations to bear. Habin replies nonchalantly, well, that is true. Si-woo suddenly asks her, so are you really going to rest now? Habin truthfully replies, I am going to play. Do what I want. Si-woo asks in confusion. Do you have that many things you want to do? Haben thinks, and says comfortably, yeah, there are a lot of movies I have been planning to watch, but have not finished yet, and there is also a list of restaurants I definitely have to go to. And I have to make time for my personal hobbies, too. She keeps rambling on and on without noticing that Siwoo has stood up and helplessly says, okay, I get it. He picks up his coat and says casually, so that is all, right? If that is all, I am leaving. Hearing him say that, Haben is startled and grabs him. Hey, not hey. She smiles tiredly, looking resentful, and slams the table. Appa! Siwoo frowns and says unhappily, call me that. What is it? Is there something you need me to do? Haben suddenly smiles, looking embarrassed, and replies, no, it is just, I am sorry for calling you back so suddenly, since I have already said everything. But the fact that I awakened is a secret. Remember, I really just want to live in peace. She sincerely says, I am really begging you for this. Siwoo then calmly says, yeah, I am not the type of person to spread those things around. You take care of yourself. I do not know anything. Naiva next to him asks in doubt, hey, wait, really? Are you really gonna go back like that? Hyun Si-woo. Siwoo is silent, his eyes contemplating something. Just before Hyun Si-woo enters the house, he walks away with thoughts. I guess she will resist the system this time too. And she successfully contracted with Ahizar too. Thinking back on how hard he had to work for 5 years to find Ahizar, Siwoo grimaces, preparing to press the doorbell with difficulty, and thinks, I had to struggle so much to climb to rank 1. Now this little Haben should contribute too. Just as he is about to open the door, a voice rings out from inside. I have wanted to subscribe to OTT services for a long time, but I could not afford it, because I was saving money. 10,001 a month. I used to think that amount of money was so big. Siwoo is stunned when he hears those words. Is there anything else worth subscribing to? Oh, should I add some money to my Kakao Page account? Every time people talk about hot dramas or hit movies, I have to pretend to know to keep up. Even though it is late, I am going to watch everything, right now. Each of those words is like an arrow hitting Siwoo's heart, making him clench his fist in pain. He thinks to himself, so that is how she has been living for the past 5 years. Not enjoying anything like other people, and not having time to rest. If it were the Habin, before time reversal, she would probably be standing on top of the world now, but she still can't do it. He blames himself. It is because I took Naiva, who was originally Habin's first sacred seat. He sadly hangs his head with vague thoughts. That is how the butterfly effect originated. But to be exact, it was all directed by the Habin of the previous life, so I should blame myself, little sister. Seeing that, Naiva can't help but raise her voice. What? This guy, you are really the type to be wishy-washy? If you want to apologize, apologize. If you want to be shameless, be shameless. Don't do both. But Siwoo stubbornly says, in short, it is not my fault, it is all that Habin's fault. Naiva replies helplessly, oh my god. Siwoo thinks of the past and complains. When I was listening to news from other people, everyone said she was living a good life. I guess I have to fire all those reporters. I did not even know she was in debt. Siwoo is sad and disappointed. I did not expect Haben to be living so miserably. Seeing that, Naiva also asks, are you really going back? As if nothing happened, Siwoo replies, then what else can I do? She said she wants to rest. Naiva says, then who will stop the apocalypse? If it is not someone like Haben, there is no hope. Siwoo walks outside and indifferently replies, if this world is running, it will collapse at some point anyway. That is how it is. Naiva follows behind and grumbles bitterly. I am your sacred seat, but I think you are talking nonsense now. Siwoo does not care much, and even laughs. What if only she is enough to stop it? Hearing him say that, Naiva is also dumbfounded and at a loss. While Siwoo teases, Naiva really does not know how to joke. He thinks, Naiva is known as the staff that contemplates because of her excellent insight and judgment. Her calculations are probably accurate. But that kid just got some time to rest. He worries when he remembers Haben. How can I push her back into the battlefield again? Naiva next to him is suddenly stunned when she sees Siwoo's silent appearance. She asks, do you think so? Siwoo carefully calculates. Moreover, there is no guarantee that this reincarnation will succeed. Instead of clinging to unrealistic hopes and continuing to suffer, it is better to accept fate and enjoy the happiness we have. Seeing him think that, Naiva hurriedly says, but this time we can really stop it. Haben in this loop is stronger than ever before, but Siwoo firmly denies. No, Naiva, even the people in Oradon failed, and my brother and I have failed once. No matter how strong Habin is in this timeline, we can't let one person bear everything. Naiva seriously asks, then what about the 5 years you suffered? But his answer surprises Naiva. I did not suffer at all. He smiles and gently says, thanks to Haben giving you to me, I was able to easily climb to rank 1 and live comfortably. He confidently walks away and says, what's suffering? Naiva says fearfully, but you can't cover the whole sky with the palm of your hand. If that kid really has such talent, the world will find out sooner or later. On this side, a notice appears. Jaja does not understand and asks Habin, what is this? Habin reads and replies, it is a letter from the government telling me to go for an awakening test. Jaja exclaims in shock, how did they know? Did someone sense my power? Who is it? Haben glares angrily. Which son of a B times TCH reported me? Haben desperately laments. This is bad. If I do not go, not only will I be fined, but I will also be thrown straight into jail. Jaja asks fearfully. Jail? So that is a place to imprison criminals. If I do not show my power, will I be considered a criminal? This country is doing a good job, not letting anyone who hides their power slip through. Hearing that, Haben angrily says, doing a good job, my foot. Jaja starts rambling again. Don't go down the path of crime. Uphold the spirit of the rule of law. Haben impatiently scolds. Stop joking around. I am the type of person who can live well even without the law, and I know how to share with my neighbors. At that moment, Jaja suddenly yells, don't be so glib. Haben is startled and says unhappily, why are you yelling like you want to eat me alive? She sighs and says, every time there is a sign of awakening, they try to gather as many people with abilities as possible. Jaja says, is it finally time to deal with the system GM? Haben angrily curses, even though the world after the gate event really needs awakened people. Can they just take people's freedom like that? Is this democracy? Jaja says, we can't let the world be destroyed as easily as before. She looks at the system and says, no, wait a minute, if I take debuff pills, I can lower my stats below 300. Status window, oh I forgot, I am so strong that it is in the billions. Haben is disappointed. What should I do? Is there any way out? Ja looks at her and judges. Even if you are thrown in jail, you still refuse to give up. You are really stubborn. She looks at the regulations and wonders. Awakened One Safety Management Law. Hunter's Shield Encyclopedia. The Awakened One Safety Management Law is a law enacted after the Gate event. Awakened One's power far exceeds any national force. Therefore, after the Gate event, Awakened Ones use their power to commit all kinds of crimes, leaving the government helpless, leading to a period of chaos and lawlessness throughout the world. Haben looks at the information and nods. So that is what happened. There was such a time, but since the current leader of the world, Fides, appeared, that era has ended. Fides says powerfully, let us see. Fides, with overwhelming power, destroyed all criminal or lawless awakened ones and publicly supported the laws and social systems of democratic nations, while protecting the rights of non-awakened ones. He stands high in power and says, I guess we are almost done cleaning up. Haben silently reads that information. It was also Fides who created the awakening test system to prevent the brutal riots from those with evil intentions. After reading, Haben seems to gain more courage and decides, all right, it is time for you to use the power you have always wanted. Jaja says in surprise, what, is it finally time to stop the apocalypse? Suddenly Haben replies, no, making Jaja dumbfounded. She glances at Jaja, her face looking dangerous, and says, I just want to punch that Fides. On the other hand, Fides takes his mask and says, all right, this time I will play the role of an older brother properly. He says coldly, my little sister wants to rest, so let her rest. He glances sharply, let us just have the apocalypse then. Jan Haben presses on her phone and watches a video. It is Fides standing on a podium giving a statement. Even if the world changes, we must not compromise on the fundamental values. These are the achievements of democracy that countless philosophers, sociologists, and activists have earned with their blood and sweat over centuries. If any lawless person wants to overthrow this history with the rule of the strong crushing the weak, I will absolutely not forgive them. After listening, her face contorts and thinks, the more I listen, the more disgusted I feel. Am I hearing things? She wonders. What the hell is this? A righteous hero speech? Since the December speech, Fides has been hailed as the hero of all humanity. She looks at her phone and thinks boredly, did he really say it like that? She reads the information. Without him, Korea probably would not have been able to regain the shape of a nation. The Hunter Association also would not have been able to systematically and transparently reorganize the rules. Like this. She notices the line, as expected, he is a one-of-a-kind hero. Seeing that, she says helplessly, this article smells like a fanatical fan. Jaja tries to defend him. Let me down, he is also a good person. Haben sighs, seriously, and he is a one-of-a-kind hero. She angrily looks at Fides and curses, that guy is my enemy now. It is because of you that Korea was able to pass those laws, imprisoning awakened ones without regard for public opinion. She is unwilling, and rolls around on the floor. What am I supposed to do? A good awakened one. Justice should be moderate. Seeing her like that, Jaja is helpless. Is that the attitude of a saint? You do not even dare to dream of dealing with the system GM. Haben sulks. I just need some freedom to breathe. I just need to hide my power at a moderate level. That is all I need. The image of her with the words, our main character, bursts into tears because she can't live comfortably. She says her thoughts. Why does this Fides call himself a righteous warrior and work like crazy? It is suspicious. She jumps up and speculates. Could he be the final boss? In stories, this is usually true. The cleanest guy turns out to be the dirtiest guy at the end of the story. Ja glances at her and asks in confusion, oh really? She confidently affirms. That is right. I can see through the classic motif. No matter how much they pretend, he gives off a familiar and mundane smell, like someone who plays the role of a righteous hero in front of others, but steals his younger sister's snacks at home. She lies down gloomily. What is his identity? No matter how much I search, I can't find any information. And even if I find it, I can't change the law immediately. Jaja suggests, isn't it the same as with me? Just threaten him. Hearing that, she seriously says, hey Jaja, no one acts like that. There are still human rights. It wonders, but why was it okay with me? Then she cuts it off. Because you are not human. Why do you keep forgetting? making it silent. She rests her chin and outlines a plan. First, I have to calm down and think things through. If the undercover stage is over, then I need to find a perfect way to hide my power to pass the awakening test. Suddenly, Hyun Si-woo sends a message, catching her attention. She picks up her phone and reads, "Hey, this is like a trick my brother used to use to hide his power. Check it out." She carefully reads, 1 is to change your profession. You can set it to anonymous or find another way. 2, it will be easier to hide your power if you have good control. Habin is suspicious. Why is it so detailed? Looking at it, I know it is 100% personal experience. Cut to Hyun Si-woo. He is reaching up to touch his ear. He says unhappily, "Why does my ear keep itching since a while ago?" Naiva reminds him, "Go wash your ears." He affirms, "I shower every day. And how can I wash the inside of my ears? Seeing that it avoids it, I do not know. I was just teasing you, because I was looking at you," making him annoyed. At this time, at Hyun Habin's room, she raises her hand and says, "Status window." It shows her profession and description. She briefly looks at it and assesses, "Is there a skill that allows me to disguise my profession?" She thinks to herself, Hyun Si-woo must know about those skills to tell me about them. She calculates, first, let us change the profession name. Habin activates desire for deception, changing Guardian to Ma Swordmaster. After changing, she says, "I guess choosing Ma Swordmaster is the best, because it is a common profession that is easy to hide in." "What are you disguising as?" Making Jaja startled. "Me." She playfully teases, "Baseball bat, sledgehammer, toilet plunger would also work," making it mad. "What? What are you talking about? That is too much. A swordsman wielding those things would be even weirder and more suspicious." She suggests, "Then choose one of these," making it flustered. Seeing the items on the phone leaves it speechless. Jaja says irritably, "You were planning this from the start, so why are you teasing me?" She smiles brightly and praises, "My Jaja is getting smarter and smarter. I am so proud." She takes out the sword and says, "All right, let us try changing it." Looking at the sword's power, she is satisfied. "All right, a normal sword." She instructs it, "Oh, and do not talk to anyone out there. You can only talk to me." "Got it." It lifelessly replies, "I know. If I do not listen to you, I will just get bullied again." She looks at the system window and is discouraged. Then there is the stat part. "What should I do?" Desire for deception does not seem to change the stats. She says with a headache, "But the awakening test will definitely measure stats, right? Then my dream of living peacefully is gone." Jaja bluntly says, "Just confront the system, GM." She dismisses its idea. "No, I can't give up. Know yourself, and know your enemy, and you will never be defeated," making it annoyed. "With that spirit, just confront the system, GM. You have to understand the system." It grumbles, "Why are you being so serious? Just show your power." Habin firmly refuses, "Don't even dream about it. I will reach the lowest level at all costs, so I can live a peaceful life." Her current situation is that our main character, Hyun Habin, starts digging up all sorts of information and data from the Intellectual Property Office to understand the principles of the awakening test with an extremely serious spirit, and as a result, Habin has collected extremely important information. The sky has turned to dusk, but she is still diligently searching, so that is it. The simple testing machines in public agencies usually use mana-sensing stones. The preliminary test method will use mana-sensing stones, but if you want to measure accurately, you can also request. What exactly is that request for? Looking at her tired eyes, she firmly says, "I will definitely choose the preliminary test. The preliminary test is for living happily." "Got it. Do you understand?" Seeing her like that, Jaja advises, "Why do not you go to sleep for a bit?" Habin says pressuredly, "I have to find a way to hide my stats anyway." She turns to ask it, "Hey, Jaja, do not you know any way?" It replies, "I do not know." Sensing the gaze, staring at her from behind, it is startled. She implies, "If Jaja says that, then I can only believe that you know it." Lying is also an ability. "I can feel it." It says uneasily, "I really do not know." She closes her eyes to relax. My Jaja is really an idiot. It cares for her. "Oh my god, just go to sleep." She replies, "I know." She rambles again. "Oh, and idiot, I have a status window." It frowns in opposition. "No, that is cheating," she retorts. "What is cheating about me? Looking at my sacred seat's information. Status window." It then displays the hidden skill, concealment, which helps to hide aura and vitality, not revealing oneself. It is the most basic ability of a martial artist. She is a little surprised. "Oh my god, I did not even know this basic skill. Were you hiding this from me?" Ja is speechless with her. Habin stands up and says, "Very good." And she resolves herself, "I will definitely master this skill before the test." She reminds, "Get ready, Jaja." It can only listen and sigh in exasperation. Finally, the day of the test has arrived. She sets foot there. Is this the place? Before her is a dilapidated building. She says in satisfaction, the most normal and quiet-looking health center. Entering, Jaja cries, "No way! No way!" She glances at it and whispers, "Why do you keep saying, no way?" It wails, "That skill is not that easy to master. What are you, anyway?" This kind of skill is already extremely rare. An employee announces, "The person for the preliminary test, Hyun Habin, please come over to the measuring machine over there." She happily replies, "Yes." Arriving at the measuring machine, Ja says sadly, "It is over? This world is really over. I am begging you so much, but you could at least pretend to listen a little, while she is hesitating. But how much should I hide it? She seriously thinks it is best to hide the aura. What if the machine does not recognize me as a person? Hiding too much and making the machine misunderstand that I am an object would be even more troublesome. Maybe revealing a little bit, really just a little bit, will be okay. Does it look okay like this? She prepares to put her hand on the measuring machine. She is about to touch the mana stone. It is gradually reacting. She carefully observes. Then suddenly, a blue light is emitted from the orb. Siwoo and Hyun Habin are tense as they watch through the electronic screen. A big explosion has just appeared before their eyes. All the characters on the electronic screen suddenly freeze, with no reaction. Siwoo is still immersed in that terrible nightmare. When he opens his eyes, a feeling of fear is rising, clearly expressed through his eyes. He did not expect that incident to lead to immeasurable disasters, proving that the power is very terrible and cannot be underestimated. Jaja says worriedly, as expected, the power is very terrible. Habin says in a panic, sweating fearfully, what is going on? Her house is also affected after the explosion, and everything inside is burning fiercely. Habin says desperately, why does it have to be like this? I just wanted to rest peacefully at home. If I am guilty, it is because I overestimated the testing machine, but it exploded so soon. She racks her brain. Seeing that, a staff member anxiously runs over to check and ask about the situation. What is going on? Habin is helplessly speechless. He asks her in panic, what is this? At this time, Hyun Habin just stands there blankly, with, damn it, what should I do? I am really screwed, echoing in her head. She grits her teeth and thinks, there is no other way. Do I have to accept this? After all, Jaja stands next to her, smiling helplessly. Now your power will be exposed anyway. He checks the equipment in the room. After a while, he has to exclaim, oh my god, it exploded. Are you okay? This machine is broken. Hyun Habin feels sad, falling into despair. They exchange information about this device, and everyone believes that the machine is broken and exploded. She angrily points directly at his face and says, hey, how can you use a broken machine with the money you collect from the people's taxes? What if I get injured? In contrast to her, Jaja calmly says in his mind, even if that machine exploded 10,000 times, it would not burn a single eyelash of hers. She has made this matter intense, bluntly challenging the staff member, I have to post this on NSS, and is determined to do it, despite him begging her to stop. So the civil servant has listened to Habin's words, and she has been transferred to another center for re-examination. Only Jaja understands the situation, and it knows that she is still playing the card of threat, and in the next test, even if she is identified as an inanimate object, she has to act as if she is dead during the test, which is the determination that Habin has made. Jaja has always been following her closely, accompanying her in every activity. After pouring all her energy into checking each piece of equipment and each detail of the machine, finally, joy has come. The result is grade A, congratulations. The test results are positive. Hyun Habin is congratulated by everyone and admired. She is happy and surprised with herself. She jumps up and exclaims, no way. Scene shifts to the civil servant's office. Hyun Habin cries as she recounts everything that just happened to her colleague. She firmly affirms that there must be something wrong with the measuring machine, there must be something wrong here, and that the firecracker explosion was too much. Her colleague turns to ask Habin, are you okay? At that moment, Seo's eyes widen in shock, and his voice goes out of tune. Grade A is a high grade. It is a high-level hunter. What is this? What is this girl who looks like she just hatched from an egg? Does she think she will get grade S or higher? She seems a bit unpleasant. They think that one day, this girl will regret screaming in front of the crowd today, and call it a dark past. Habin still laments from day to day, no way. Jaja is trying to restrain his anger. That day, although he could not show it in front of Hyun Habin, only Ahizar was ecstatic in happiness. Hyun Habin lies sprawled on the bed. She keeps thinking, I am done for. Habin tries to enjoy this moment. Goodbye, my beloved soft bed and warm blanket. Jaja is trying to comfort her, so that she does not get bullied for accidentally showing too much joy. It thinks to itself, what is the problem? After all, she is hiding it very well. A little later, Hyun Habin wakes up. She breathes heavily. To be exact, I just avoided the worst situation. There are only 5 SSS grade people in the world, about 50 SS grade people, and the number of S grade people ranges from 500 to 1,000. Although few, if necessary, you can still track the detailed ranking. If I am rated SS or higher, Siwoo is focused on searching and analyzing everyone's performance charts. He wonders, I heard that a new SS hunter has appeared, but why do not I see any changes in the rankings? Everyone has to drop one level. Hyun Habin explains that this is the reason why he should be suspicious. The number of people from grade A onwards increases sharply, so the ranking becomes meaningless. It is the final boundary to protect a precious identity. Returning to Habin's room, she opens the paper and contemplates. There is still no real freedom. Grade A is even worse. She carefully reads the provisions in the Rookie Hunter training announcement. People with grade B or higher are required to attend the training center. If you do not go, you will be thrown in jail. She is disappointed and stomps her feet. Damn it, that is why I wanted C. Grade C. Jaja guesses that with grade C, you do not need to go to training. She imagines all kinds of scenes. As long as she sits in a warm room and participates in online training, imagining the image of student Hyun Habin wearing pajamas in the online course, She also understands that from grade B onwards, direct training is mandatory. You must live in residence for at least a month, under the supervision of the trainers. If you do not comply with the regulations, you will also be disciplined and imprisoned. Haben lies down and laughs happily. So in order not to go to jail, I have to go to training. And while training, I have to find every way to hide my power. Living in fear like this will probably kill me from irritable bowel syndrome. Just going to the bathroom will probably be enough to kill me. Jaja wonders. Only people with high abilities are selected for training. So is that what you call a civilized nation? She helplessly rests her face on the table, complaining to Jaja I might die. She lies sprawled out, her head spinning, with all kinds of information. She suddenly realizes, but wait, why do I keep saying that Korea is doing a good job? I will be a YouTuber, in my next life, make videos, praising Korea for this and that, and then eat super spicy noodles, like those, Soviet guy, British girl, channels, give it a name like, Oradon Too High, or something. Jaja feels good about her idea. She glances at Jaja for a moment, then realizes that she just received a message on her phone. Class reunion announcement from class president Kim Ji-yeon. That day is coming. She thinks to herself, I dropped out before finishing my first year, and some kids ran away because of the gate event, but this group has been around for 5 years. She guesses, it must be that person. I knew it. She carefully reads each message and sees that her classmates are quite concerned about TAE SEO. I wonder if he will attend the next class reunion. The class group is buzzing about TAE SEO. Even Jaja is surprised that Kang TAE SEO is mentioned so many times. Kang TAE SEO is the #1 hunter in the country, and the first and only person in Korea to reach SSS grade. Enrolled in Class 7, first year of Yunsel High School, Super Ultra Quality, is the representative hunter of Korea, ranked 2nd in the world and 1st in the country. Hyun Habin greatly admires him. She shares with Jaja, he is the pride of Korea, the top of the top. She looks back at old photos of TAE SEO and says to herself, it really feels like times have changed. Back in high school, he used to sit at the back and pass comics and manga to me. He has been absent for a few years, but now he has grown so tall. She exclaims, oh my god, thinking about it now, makes me so embarrassed. This is the feeling of seeing the face of a friend you have not contacted in a long time plastered all over the streets. Habin sighs. My phone is starting to get hot. This group has been kept alive until now because everyone hopes that Kang TAE SEO will speak up one day, as long as TAE SEO has not left the group. But thinking about it, didn't these kids look down on Kang TAE SEO back in school because he was too quiet? And why are they only looking for Kang TAE SEO and not any of them looking for me? I have also been working part-time for 5 years and never attended a class reunion. Jaja sighs. It is true that you have to be successful in life first. If you reveal your power, they will all cling to you. She angrily shouts at Jaja's face, stop it, I do not need it. Anyway, the world is about to end. I should probably meet them one last time. She gathers all her courage to send a message to the group. I am coming this time. Jaja stands beside her and watches her in silence. He said he was ignored. She is angry and throws her phone down. Whatever. Jaja asks her, are you pouting again? She replies huffily, number. Scene shifts. Night falls. TAE SEO and his friend are walking down the street. He asks his friend, why are you staring like that? He coldly turns his face and walks away. TAE SEO jokes and laughs. He is really lacking in communication skills. Well, I am leaving now that the work is done. TAE SEO returns alone. As he walks, he scrolls through class messages, and it seems that everyone is talking about him. He notices Habin's message. She confirms that she will be attending this class reunion. A sense of joy arises in TAE SEO's heart. He smiles when he receives Hyun Habin's message. The next morning, Hyun Habin grimaces, sighs, and does not want to go at all. If I could just pay a fine, I would pay it and be done with it. But the regulations do not prohibit being late. So I will arrive as late as possible. Jaja says, you are so tricky. As she walks, she complains, oh my god, I was not planning to be a hunter. Why do I have to go to training? It is a waste of tax money. You can't spend public money like this. Suddenly, a voice rings out behind her. Are you a new trainee? She still does not understand the purpose of him asking her that question. Ji-seok glances at her and says to himself, meeting for the first time and speaking so informally. Hyun Habin frankly replies, yeah, I am a new trainee. Who are you? He confidently introduces himself. I am one of the trainers of this training course. You do not have to be so wary. He offers to help Habin. Is that suitcase heavy? Do you need me to carry it? But she rudely turns her face away and coldly replies, no need. She strongly picks up the suitcase, placing it on her shoulder. Hyun Habin quickly leaves, seemingly deliberately showing her attitude to him. He smiles slightly. It seems that he is also impressed and has noticed this little Habin. Habin quickly carries her suitcase and runs straight to the registration area. As soon as she steps into the registration area, Habin excitedly thinks, great, it is lunchtime. Perfect timing. But the receptionist says, Miss, Habin is too late. It is lunchtime now. Go eat and then participate in the afternoon schedule. Hearing that, Habin is stunned and stops. She goes to the dining area alone and quietly places a meal on the table. She sighs, I wish no one would notice me so I can eat in peace. Unexpectedly, The trainer she just met is here again. He carries his meal to her and greets her with a bright smile. She thinks to herself, every time I want something, the opposite happens. The two compete for a seat. Habin says that there are empty seats over there. He politely asks her if she has a friend. Who is it? Habin wants to save this empty seat for Jaja. Ji Seok smiles friendly. He is stubborn and insists on sitting in his seat. And this time, she shows a displeased attitude. Oh, this guy. He looks cunning, but seems to be a real trainer. I have been vaguely hearing announcements about spies. A notification appears, the sacred seat, most near light, is enjoying watching you. There are only 2 people in Korea who own the sacred seat most near light, and those 2 are the highest-ranking rankers who caused a sensation for being the first double contract in the world. She eats and thinks, is that true? Although the system window can't lie, I heard that the sacred seat's passive skill has changed hair color. But this guy is wearing a hood. She begins to suspect him. At the same time, a guy walks past and accidentally bumps into him. His hood falls off, revealing golden hair. Everyone is horrified to recognize him. That is Ji Seok. Unexpectedly, he is here. Ji Seok is ranked 3rd in the country and is the vice president of the large guild Solaris. His characteristic golden hair is due to the passive skill, Solar Halo. Ji Seok chats comfortably with Habin. You are a trainee, right? Do you want to join our guild? But Habin still calmly has her meal and coldly replies, I do not want to. He gently persuades her. If you are curious about the conditions, I can reveal them in advance. If you agree, the base salary is 1 billion, but she bluntly says that is too little. His eyes widen in surprise, raising the price to 10 billion, but Habin is still indifferent. Ji Seok's voice is full of regret. You already have one. There are many murmurs and curiosities around her. Who is that person talking to Ji Seok? He is inviting her to join the guild, but she is reacting like that. Is she rejecting it? What the hell? Rejecting an invitation to Solaris. She says 10 billion is too little. Is she very rich? Is she from a chaebol family? She feels impatient and can't stand the murmurs anymore. She shouts, I will never join. She hurriedly picks up her tray and leaves, thinking that her only goal in life is to sit around and live leisurely. No matter how much you give me, I will never join a guild. Scene shifts, the host begins to speak. Now we will begin the afternoon schedule. You will be accompanied by the assigned trainer throughout the training period. Please seriously follow the instructions of the trainers. Please greet each other and continue the afternoon schedule. She stands still when she learns that Ji Seok is the trainer accompanying her. He friendly greets her. I look forward to helping you, Habin. She is resentful in her heart. Why out of so many people is this person in charge of me? Did you bribe someone? She frankly says, no matter what, I will not join the guild. Ji Seok smiles brightly, trying to persuade her. Please think about that. But Habin is still firm with her choice. He smiles, impressed by Habin's resolute attitude. The next morning, he is there early, knocking on her door repeatedly. Trainee Habin, wake up. You have a morning theory class. You are late, Habin frowns and yells. It is too noisy. I am taking a break. He happily says, this is not college. If you keep doing this, you will have to retake it. She angrily dives into the blanket, as if she has not heard what Ji Seok just said. For some reason, Habin is strangely agitated. She keeps complaining. How annoying. In addition, Ji Seok keeps lingering around Habin. He happily asks her, do you watch Wind and Wish? Then watch Magician Tricks Magician. That one is also very good. That night, she opens her computer and curiously searches for that movie. She says vaguely, let us see if it is really good. I am very picky. She diligently watches the entire movie from evening to morning, to the point where she does not even know the sun has risen and a new day has come. She praises this movie. Surprisingly, Ji Seok really has a knack for choosing only attractive things to recommend. Not only that, he also introduced her to many other new things. He knows that she probably gets tired of eating the cafeteria food every day, so he prepares a tray of exotic food for her. She is surprised, unable to believe that what is in front of her is a tray of Hemisius salmon sushi. Habin exclaims happily, this is boneless chicken with spicy up and down sauce. Oh no, this is Yamdun Jeju sea salt tonkatsu. You have to wait in line for 17 hours to get this. How did you get it? They are all on the list of restaurants I must visit before the apocalypse. Habin happily accepts this gift from him. As she eats, she thinks, I do not understand why he is doing this. A vice president of Solaris is so active. The most famous guild in Korea is Kaligo, led by number 1 Kang Taeco, and Solaris was founded by the 2 rankers number 2 and 3. One of those 2 people is Ji Seok. Does the vice president of a large guild have to be this active to recruit a grade A? Habin started to doubt. There must be a reason. That guy definitely knows something. Jaja guessed. Could my power have been exposed? Back in her room, she flopped down and angrily threw her sword. Jaja helplessly said, why would you do that? She explained to it. Whatever, as long as I do not join the guild, I will just take it easy. With the training, it probably won't be a big deal. I wish something exciting would happen. The next day, training began. The program instructor announced, today's practical training is to overcome the Mirror Dungeon. When you enter the Mirror Dungeon, it will analyze the participants' characteristics and create monsters appropriate to their level. There will be instructors with you, so do not worry too much. Habin groaned and lamented to herself, what the heck? This is obviously something exciting. I swear I want to run away right now, but unfortunately, it is mandatory, so I can't. Ji Seok asked her how she was doing. Why are you already thinking of running away on your first practical? She answered herself. It is because it concerns my safety. But I can't explain it. She was worried. All stats are over 2.1 billion. The level is one I have never heard of. Level 10 and rank 1. What kind of monster corresponds to this level? I did not expect it to be so soon. In a flash, it was Team 7's turn to go. Chaeji Seok and Habin, they confidently stepped forward. Everyone looked at her with envy. To be on the same team as Chaeji Seok, she said, I am only saying this because we know each other. She requested that he run away. Ji Seok paused for a moment, not knowing why she would say such a thing. After the gate incident, 2 types of dungeons appeared. The first type is a giant tower called Kill Screen. Inside the tower you can overcome special dungeons on each floor, but the difficulty is very high, so unless you are a high-level awakened, you cannot pass. The second type is a randomly generated gate, which are dungeons that suddenly appear in residential areas. A typical example of a training dungeon is a randomly generated gate, which is the Mirror Dungeon. The Mirror Dungeon does not have a fixed level like other dungeons, but creates monsters with a level equivalent to the participants. Even after clearing it, it does not disappear, and participants can freely leave. With this unique feature, the Mirror Dungeon is an ideal training place for trainees. Ji Seok and Hyun Habin entered the challenge room. Before their eyes was a harsh winter scene, but in a flash, it changed to a desert region. Before their eyes was a vast, harsh desert. The device announced, checking participant levels. Seok jokingly teased her. Feels pretty cold, does not it? Don't worry too much. It will only create monsters that are just right for our level. Suddenly, they felt anxious as the red system warned, exceeding dungeon limits. Final level confirmed as 5, level identification complete. The dungeon challenge begins to appear. Monsters corresponding to the participant levels are now present. It appeared majestically, sweeping across the field. At the same time, a large number of nameless creatures were summoned. The awakened monster roared, causing Seok and Habin to freeze in place. Habin retreated, realizing that the monster did not have a health bar. It just kept spitting out attacks, without knowing when to stop. The direct attacks had immense destructive power. Wherever it spat, the surrounding earth and rocks would collapse. Seok realized something was wrong. He shouted, no way, something's wrong, get out of the dungeon. He checked the information on the simulation device again. Cannot leave the dungeon until completed. He did not think this could happen at this time, because this is a phenomenon only seen in SS-level special gates. He gritted his teeth helplessly, focused all his strength, and prepared to fight. Seok stepped into position, ready with all his attacking weapons. Not only had one monster appeared, but he also noticed a swarm of troops approaching from afar. The monsters were coming in droves. Their goal at this time was to attack Seok. He quickly ran, dodging every attack. But Seok still felt anxious every time he turned his head back, because the attacks were not effective, since there was no health bar. Switching to Habin, she carefully read the instructions on the system and realized that there were even newbie instructions. The right counterattack is here. The opponent does not have a health bar, but if I use Void Infection to bypass the opponent's health stats, I can easily break through. What should I do now? She looked at Seok and thought, there's a witness standing right there. Jaja urged her. What are you doing? Attack quickly, or that guy will die. She kept thinking, feeling uneasy. More importantly, something was strange. The movements were too ineffective. She watched his process of attacking the monster. Habin turned away and ignored it, but Jaja advised her, he seems to be prioritizing protecting you. She decided to use it. Designate Void Infection to the opponent's blood. The device confirmed receipt. From now on, ignore the blood stats of all opponents. Release nullification. The designated stat is agility. The stat has been received and is estimated to be 2.14 billion. Jaja exclaimed. She is finally showing her power. Hyun Habin said loudly, it has come to this anyway. Let us finish it quickly, and then silence the witness. Activate the War God Resurrection trait skill. The system has received her skill. From now on, all of Azar's skills will be recreated. Habina was ready to jump into the fight. She was full of energy, using the skills fluently. Ahazar's trait skill helped her fight to the end, directly destroying the monsters. She alone defeated the group of demons, overcoming the mortal dungeon. Chaeji Seok marveled at her. He could not believe what he had just witnessed, repeatedly saying, no way, this is too unreasonable. Is it possible to raid like this? With this level of strength, even compared to the top rankers in the country? No, even in the world. It can't be ranked in the same class as the existing rankers on this earth anymore. Jaja admired her excellent technique. I did not expect her to use my skills like this. Wait, when did she finish analyzing my skills? She reminded. Jaja, I am busy. Don't talk so much. There is only one left. Before her was still the demon that appeared at the beginning of the dungeon. Now it was very difficult to attack it. She had to put all her strength into it. She looked up at it. Her eyes contained worry, as this was like a gamble for herself. Habin powerfully swung her sword, launching a counterattack. She focused all her strength on this final attack. Seok worriedly watched her, praying, just one more hit. Finally, she had defeated them all. He blankly looked at her. Habin panted and said, looks like you have seen too much. So, you understand, right? Jaja rushed to Hyun Habin. It shouted, wait, are you really going to kill him? He even gave you tonkatsu. He even risked his life to protect you. Don't kill him, that is too cruel. It pointed at Ji Seok and said sternly to make her understand, You can tell just by looking that he is a good person. But at that time, Seok was just focused on looking at something in Habin's hand. He surprisedly said, "Is that the holy seat?" He was surprised to see Haben holding the holy seat in front of him. Jaja spoke up. "Ah, no it is not." She said angrily to it, "Hey, really, if you did not say anything, no one would believe it." "Damn it, Kim. Ja, I told you to be quiet and not let others hear." Ja was embarrassed and covered her mouth. Seok was helpless as he witnessed their quarrel. He thought, this is really the holy seat. She was embarrassed. This is bad. Cheji Seok knows another secret he should not know. Jaja quickly apologized to him. He asked curiously, "Habin, are you the guardian of lies?" Jaeok really wanted to know the truth, hoping Habin would explain it to him. He pieced together the whole situation. First of all, the iron sword that Habin carried. Even though it looked very ordinary, Foresight could not read any information. The announcement appeared, item activation failed. Holy seat, Zenith light has disconnected. Ji Seok was stunned by the sudden announcement. He said to himself, what? He did not understand why Zenith light was broken. He felt strange. Not only was the item destroyed, but even the holy seat temporarily disappeared. An entity too terrifying, immeasurable. Could it be an existence far beyond even my holy seat? He recalled the first time he met Haben, when he was impressed by the image of a small girl pulling a large suitcase alone, refusing his help. Now that he thought about it, her skipping class was also strange. She always made sure to have just enough points to not have to retake the class. He said to Haben, I will bet with you. If I am right, you are in a very dangerous situation right now. Although it has not been reported yet, all rankers above SS level have received the mission to eliminate the Guardian of Lies. Hyun Ha-bin recalled the red warning. From now on, the system GM will consider you an enemy. She thought, could it be related to resisting the GM? Jae Seok shared a few things with her. My guild Solaris opposes that mission. If you join the guild, we can officially protect you. Actually, I became a trainer, not to recruit, but to protect. Ha-bin was stunned by what Seok had just said. Protect? Forgive me for being serious, but who is protecting who here? She kept questioning. Seok, you are protecting me. He smiled slightly. Seriously, I am speechless. Hyun Ha-bin scolded. Jaja, don't think you can ignore this, I told you. Do not let others hear. She swung her sword and hit it. Ja shouted, I am sorry. Suddenly, he remembered when he was talking to Ha-bin, she said there is an empty seat over there. He happily replied, you have a friend. Just then, Jaja came and said, this is where I sit. He realized things were getting interesting. He thought it was a joke, but Kim Jaja was real. Ha-bin said seriously, now then Che, you have to tell the truth too. She held her sword in front of him and questioned, how do you know I am the guardian of lies? He sighed, focused his thoughts, and began to cultivate his power. Sun scripture with an indefinable level, from the 4 ancient gods. The sun is worshipped as a prophet, designated for use with special classes, can see answers, or the future. Jaja panicked and asked, prophecy ability, even though he is an assassin class, he has advanced prophecy skills. Seok humbly explained, it is not something too great. I can only know, in a general, vague way. That is why I do not know how strong you are either. That is why I made the mistake of entering the mirror dungeon with you. He continued, everyone thinks I am an assassin, but my real trump card is this. Ha-bin was very curious, not knowing what he was going to prepare. He showed off the lens on his eye, introducing it to Habina, foresight and the sun. Scriptures see through and predict, an ability to see one step ahead of others. Do you understand now? I did not hear anything, or investigate anything, so you do not need to worry about information being leaked. She sternly asked, so what exactly is the mission to kill the Guardian of Lies? Seok honestly replied, find and eliminate the Guardian of Lies. That is all. It seems the only purpose is to kill you. She raised her voice and asked, what is the reward? Without hesitation, he wanted to get 10 resurrection stones. Jaja was surprised and shouted, you are crazy. He openly shared, I and the chairman still oppose that mission. It is too unreasonable to kill someone just for a mission. Haben stood silently for a moment, her eyes tearing up. It is all true, Haben. We are on your side. He and his teammates fully support her. She was touched, unable to speak. Switching to the academy, Jaja kept encouraging her, you did the right thing. You really did a great job. Keeping the secret together and leaving the dungeon, you are truly an ideal person. In contrast to Jaja's carefree appearance, Haben was tired and lay sprawled on the bed. She complained, no, you are misunderstanding something. I never intended to kill Cheji Siu. Jaja was very surprised. It exclaimed, what? Really? Then why did you point your sword like you wanted to eat him alive? She sighed. I did that to get useful information. Besides, Cheji Seek is someone I can't kill from the start. Ja asked curiously. Can't kill? What do you mean? She replied, there is still another witness. Holy seat, Zenith Light witnessed everything, from beginning to end. She continued, it is probably already run to tell the remaining contractor. That means even if I get rid of Cheji Seok, the Holy Seat will know everything, so I can't silence him. That is how it is. Haben kept thinking. She hesitated. If I touch Cheji Seok, that Holy Seat, along with the remaining contractor, won't leave me alone. Not to mention, the death of an SS-level hunter beloved by the entire nation will cause a global shock. And there is another reason. That is also the reason why I trust Cheji Seok more. She remembered what he said. "It is all true, Haben," and reflected on it carefully. He said that no matter what, he would always be on her side. At that time, if she had accidentally flicked her hand, Chae Ji-seok would have gone to heaven already. Designate void infection to the enemy's blood. The announcement appeared. Receive. From now on, ignore the blood stats of all enemies. Coincidentally, the void infection skill was being activated at that time. Hearing this, Jaja finally realized something. It vaguely recognized everything. That means if Chae Ji-seok was judged as an enemy by the system, he would die instantly, with just a flick of your hand, bypassing both blood and defense. Chae Ji-seok had really risked his life to prove his innocence without knowing it. Thinking about it now, she had been too careless. Jaja sighed. Now that I think about it carefully, that is right. She continued. Luckily, I carefully designated the blood of the enemy, not the blood of the target, because I am still not sure who will be judged as the enemy, me or the monsters. She then pulled a red bottle from her pocket. This was medicine that Seok had given her. He said, "It won't help much, but since you had a hard day today, drink this recovery potion for now." She thought for a long time. Haben opened the status window and looked. She said to herself, "That guy is really strange. Someone who just had a sword pointed at his neck still wants to give me a drink. He is beyond saving." Switching to Seok, he was searching for information on the status window. He was learning about Holy Seat, Zenith Light, and wondering, is it okay? Knowing that the system had issued a mission to eliminate the Guardian of Lies, and the secret about her power was also discovered by a top ranker, a normal person would be trembling with worry. Seok thought of Haben, but she is concerned about Tonkatsu from Yongdan. The next morning, she arrived early, happily saying, "Trainee Haben is here." Seok said, "Strange. Why are not you sleeping in today? What are you doing?" Seok surprisedly asked, "What are you doing now? It is good that you are not sleeping in, but training starts in 5 minutes." She replied, "I am going to skip today. I have a class reunion." He panted and said, "There is a mission to kill you. Aren't you worried at all?" Habin said vaguely, "Worried?" She looked at the electronic board and answered him calmly. "Actually, I am not too worried," she said nonchalantly. "Besides, what can I change by worrying? But anyway, we have to keep each other's secrets. If it gets leaked, too many people will come and it will be hard to deal with quickly." A moment later her eyes sparkled, and she happily said, "This smell is tonkatsu from Yongdan?" Immediately, Seok understood her intention. He happily replied, "Well, you can't fight on an empty stomach. Eat a lot. It is perfect for breakfast." "It is great." While eating, she carefully looked at her phone. It seemed she had discovered something shocking. She shouted, "Hey, Kim Jaja, did you use my coins to buy web novels again?" It said, "No," but she did not believe it. Angrily stomping her foot, she said resentfully, "The transaction history is all here. Tell the truth, while you still have the chance." Jaja worriedly trembled and said, "That thing is, I am sorry." It burst into tears. "I heard it was a hunter genre, so I could not resist my curiosity." Jaja showed the information to Seok. He said, "Is it a web novel about hunters?" Looking at his calm expression, Jaja wondered, how do humans know everything in advance like that? Seok said while eating, "That is right." When the first gate incident happened, everyone said that the hunter stories had come true, causing a commotion. Seok shared that there was a famous work that was even listed in Guinness as the best-selling book in the world, to the point where it is considered mandatory learning material globally. Jaja realized that this was worthy of being mandatory material. Very helpful. She said, "Okay, I understand you reading hunter stories, but why do you have romance fantasy too?" Jaja was sweating bullets, fearful, and covered her face with the computer. "Everyone thinks that if it is a modern story or a love story, I would accept it. Jaja is probably curious about the relationships between men and women. But what is romance fantasy? And why is it such a melodramatic one too?" She was helpless, groaning as she looked at the photo Jaja showed her. "That setting reminds me of where I used to live," she said bewildered. "Jaja, do not tell me." Jaja turned away, sad, and was crying. Hey, I am sorry. If that is the reason, feel free to read romance stories." Jaja pouted and said, "I will ask for permission before reading from now on." Haben gently soothed, "Okay, I can load 10,001 each month for you." Ji Seok pondered, although I know Haben is full of surprises, but the Holy Seat reading web novels. Personally loading money and reading web novels, that means a Hazar can actually physically impact this world. Jaja happily showed off to Hubin, "I can watch this too, right?" Seok sat and thought for a long time. In his mind, he only thought about Zenith Light. Even the strongest Holy Seats can only send indirect messages. If this gets out, it will cause a commotion. I have to keep my mouth shut. He suddenly realized something. "By the way, Haben, when is your class reunion?" She startled and said, "Me, around evening." He said, "Then you can go after training." She said vaguely, "I do not know. I wonder how they are living now. They probably are not living well." But what he was concerned about was her face, and said helplessly to the girl, "If you are going to get emotional, wipe off the tonkatsu sauce first." Switching to the class reunion, everyone was discussing their current jobs. A friend slammed his can down and said, "We are about to be unemployed." After the gate opened, the entire engineering industry is in turmoil. "I took the pharmacy exam, but I am thinking of dropping out." Another friend said, "Hey, are you the only one suffering?" A classmate shared, "I worked my butt off to get into medicine, but now healers are taking all the jobs." The friend next to her comforted her, What kind of times are these where pharmacists and doctors have to worry about unemployment? The friend said, we have a bright future. People are building a lot of houses now. Minsu said casually to him, hey architect, monsters are destroying all the houses, so they have to be rebuilt. What is so great about bragging? But no matter what, hunters are still the most money-making profession right now. Hearing Minsu's entire story, everyone admired him, the person with the most stable job here. A moment later, they began to groan at his story. What is that? He said himself, that hunters are the best. That sea level is not anything compared to Kang Tae SEO. Everyone turned to Minsu and asked, how have you been lately? Minsu confidently said, I just applied to Solaris as an experienced hunter. His friend curiously asked, what was the result? Minsu confidently replied, although I have not gotten the results yet, I am thinking that even if I get accepted, I probably won't go. Anyway, do not worry too much. Because of the gate incident, a lot of people can't even afford to go to college now. Speaking of which, is there anyone who has not graduated yet? They were referring to Habin. Minsu asked his friend, how has she been lately? I have not heard from her. Just then, Habin appeared. She glanced at Minsu, and he happily greeted her. Long time no see. She friendly raised her hand to greet him. I did not expect you to be so concerned about me. He said, concerned, of course. It has been a long time. I have heard rumors about you. I heard you are running around doing things related to gates, right? If you need a job, just call me. He boasted to everyone. I am a sea level hunter. She just asked, sea level, he said. But now sea level is not even considered a hunter anymore. Because so many people die. He is a sea level. I am so jealous. Aben showed an attitude of being fed up with what he just said. She asked, so you do not have to attend training. You do not have any instructors. Hearing her question, Minsu was dazed. His friend said to her, Minsu even said he just applied to Solaris. Minsu realized that people were talking about him. He still boasted, I did apply, but I probably won't go even if I get accepted. Haben then asked, no one's recruiting you. Minsu was still shameless. Haben walked over and grabbed his collar. She kept asking, you mean no one's bothering you or following you? No one's ambushing you to lure you into a guild, meaning, before you actively approach them, no one even cared about you. I am so jealous. She covered her face and cried, I am so damn jealous. The sea level that I have always dreamed of. Why am I? He asked. Haben, are you okay? You are jealous that Minsu does not have to attend training, Minsu thought. Is she really jealous? He gritted his teeth and said to himself, don't mess with me, Haben. Then Minsu gently chatted with her. Now's not the time for you to say those things to me. I heard you dropped out of high school and just did odd jobs, right? You should be asking me for a job recommendation. His friend interrupted the conversation. Is this guy drunk? What the heck are you talking about? Minsu reacted strongly, pushing his hand away. Hey, let go. Minsu said bluntly, there is nothing that you just act like you have a backer. Ah, you were close to Kang Tae CO before, right? Can you still contact him? Hyun Haben covered her face, feeling dejected. She asked him, if you could contact Tae SEO, what would you do? Apologize. Are you going to apologize for what you did to Kang Tae CO? If you are willing to bow your head and apologize to Tae CO now, I will consider calling him, and I will send your apology along with it. Minsu sulked. He was not happy to mention Tae CO. He recalled the past. He had thrown away the mementos from school, not wanting to see them. In Haben's heart, she was very frustrated. She said to herself, I hate seeing bullies being able to live well, like nothing happened. You scum! Haben looked at Minsu with cold eyes. I hate seeing bullies being able to live well like nothing happened, you scum. But you have never really tried to contact Kang Tae SEO, right? You were not planning to apologize from the start, were you? Haben gave a scornful smile. Right, I can tell just by looking. Just because of your pride, you refuse to apologize, pretending to forget everything and moving on. The fact that you applied to Solaris is just to avoid Caligo, where Tae Seo is, right? Minsu angrily denied. No, that is not it. What do you know? He stood up abruptly and defended himself. It is normal for friends to joke like that. But he only received Habin's angry gaze. Joking. This made Minsu so scared that he trembled. What? What is this? Why is she like this? Minsu's feeling at this moment was as if he was being strangled by a monster, unable to move. His legs could not stand firm in front of Habin's scrutinizing gaze. It is probably just a feeling. It would be too embarrassing to back down now. Minsu shouted again. Also, I did not intentionally avoid him. Okay, I was planning to apologize too. Also, I applied to Solaris because a friend asked me to, but Haben did not pay attention to him. Oh, really? Then she took out her phone. Interesting. I happen to know the vice president there. This made Minsu's eyes widen. What? No way. That is 100% a lie. Who would believe that? Then he suspiciously asked. You? What do you have to do with the vice president of Solaris? Only Haben was seen pondering. She opened her phone, the screen showing Ji Seok and Habin's meaningless messages. Habin showed it to Minsu. We just occasionally ask each other to split the cost of tonkatsu. This made Minsu very surprised. Tonkatsu. But immediately after, he teased. Hey, if you are going to make up a story, make it believable. You probably changed the name of your friend in your contacts to fool other people, right? Haben did not give up either. Do you think I am like you? The two were tense when suddenly a classmate exclaimed, Hey, you guys, now's not the time to worry about that. Kang, Tae Seo. Kang, Tae Seo. Kang Tae Seo is coming here. This made the two stunned. Habin hesitated for a few seconds. What? Kang Tae Seo is coming. The others immediately surrounded the classmate. Really? He replied. He suddenly sent a message asking if Habin was here. I said yes. As for Habin, she was standing still in the midst of everyone's excitement. I did not expect to see him in person. Huh, that is shocking. Her face revealed a look of panic. Her intuition was telling her, I have to leave immediately. I have to leave before Kang Tae Seo arrives. Hurry, I feel like something big is about to happen. Thinking this, she hurriedly said to everyone, guys, I am leaving first. Take care. Who knew Minsu would play dirty and grab Haben? Hey, why are you running? You are definitely lying, right? This made her angry. Do you think I am like you? He still would not let her go. You love to lie, huh? Haben ignored him. Think what you want. Let go, you freaking crazy guy. As the two were wrestling with each other, Habin suddenly noticed the sound of the door opening. Tae Sao walked in. He froze at the sight before him. He looked very rushed, panting as he looked at Haben. Everyone saw him and cheered. It is Kang Tae Seo. Wow, Kang Tae Seo. He is so hot in person. The classmates competed to talk to him. Tae Seo, sit here, Kang Tae Seo. How have you been lately? Hey, my sister is a fan of yours. Can you sign this for her? Tae Seo ignored all the words, only focused on walking towards Habin. Immediately after, he returned to his cold demeanor. Long time no see. Habin could only reply, yeah, it is been a while. She pretended that nothing was wrong, secretly trying to sneak away. Well, goodbye. Unexpectedly, Tae Seo grabbed her hood. Wait, Habin, I came here because of you. This made Habin want to cry. Damn it. Tae Seo directly said, I want to invite you to join Caligo. Suddenly, many whispers around him caught his attention. What? What is this? What is going on? Invited to join Caligo. Why Haben? Tae Seo looked at the crowd indifferently. They still do not know. Seeing this, Haben immediately stopped him. Hey, wait, but she could not stop him in time. Tae Seo said immediately, Haben is an A-level hunter. Everyone's eyes widened in surprise. What? A level, Habin. Even Minsu was frozen in place. Huh, that is shocking. So there are 3 hunters in our class. Haben looked extremely annoyed. Ha, annoying. Yet Tae Seo remained nonchalant, as if nothing had happened, persuading her, Haben, I do not know what other guilds are offering, but I will pay double the conditions. Haben was annoyed. Oh, I am sorry, but I won't join. In her heart she was cursing. This guy is really clueless. The surrounding chatter grew louder and louder. Why not? She said she knew the vice president of Solaris, right? Oh, so she is joining Solaris. Seeing the tense situation, Habin hurriedly changed the topic. Ah, that is right. Tae Seo. Her eyes signaled, how about we talk about something else? Then she shouted, I almost forgot. She pointed at Minsu, who was about to sneak away. Minsu wants to apologize to you. He said he would apologize if he had the chance. Now's your chance, so apologize. It is a chance to make a new start. Minsu. Minsu stuttered in fear. I. He secretly hoped in his heart. Surely he won't do anything to me because of what happened before, right? Then Minsu said quietly to Tae Seo, I am sorry. About what happened before, I was really wrong. There is nothing to defend. Only Tae Seo indifferently said, oh. Minsu was now trembling and sweating. What is wrong? Don't tell me. He is going to kill me. Tae Seo looked at him with cold, angry eyes. Then, before he could finish speaking, Minsu was scared out of his wits. He could not stand and immediately fainted. A classmate caught him and said, hey, Park Minsu is too heavy. Get out of the way. He has probably fainted and can't hear us. This made Habin speechless. How terrible. Ah, why did he faint? Tae Seo did not care and just clung to Habin. Haben, I want to invite you to join Caligo, so just tell me the conditions you want. This just made her want to bury herself in the ground. What is wrong with this guy? She shouted, hey, I clearly refused. What are you doing, Tae? Seo still did not give up. First, tell me the conditions you want. The people around them mocked Minsu. Go lie down over there. Ha ha ha, no one even cares. How funny. Haben tried to explain to Tae Seo, no, I am not planning to join a guild. Then suddenly, a voice called out, Habin. She immediately recognized it. Kim Jaja. Jaja also angrily asked, who is this guy anyway? Haben had to talk to 2 people at the same time, so she was very annoyed. Ah, seriously, it is driving me crazy. Hey, you promised you would be quiet during the class reunion. Jaja then softened her voice. Ah, I still remember my promise, but that is not the problem. What exactly is that, Kang? Tae Seo? Haben suspiciously asked, what is wrong with him? In her heart, she was secretly praying, please, do not let anything big happen. Only Ja slowly said, the holy seat he possesses is very strange. Haben was shocked. What? No way. Ja looked at Tae Seo worriedly. Trust me. Haben could not believe it, but Kang Tae Seo, he does not have a holy seat. Jaja became even more surprised after hearing this. What? Habin's eyes gradually darkened. She recalled the times when social media exploded because of TAECO. At that time, she had read the buzzing comments of netizens. People were discussing the fact that TAECO, the domestic rank 1, world rank 2, an extremely strong S-level hunter, not possessing a holy seat, was extremely illogical. Even Habin was suspicious, but Kang TAECO really does not have a holy seat. A random comment affirmed that TAECO possessed a holy seat, but it was immediately bombarded by others, who thought it was just for views. Just as that account was about to provide evidence, they said very strange words. Habin was curious. What is wrong? Then the post disappeared, the phone showing that an error had occurred. Habin was full of question marks. What? Did it get deleted? Was it really just for views? Oh my god, the box chat is exploding. Habin's phone was flooded with discussions about TAECO not having a holy seat, but Habin immediately stopped her thoughts. Okay, let us talk more when we get home, Jaja. Her eyes became more determined. Kang TAESCO. If you want to play this way, then I still have a way. TAESCO was still stubbornly trying to invite Habin. Habin, listen, if you join Caligo. Unexpectedly, Habin bluntly said, number. Habin reached out and grabbed the popcorn behind her, while TAECO was eloquently talking. I will meet any conditions, so please reconsider. She could not stand it anymore, angrily shouting, no is no. No is no. No is no. No matter how many times, I won't join a guild. TAECO interrupted. But the conditions. Habin immediately took action, picking up the popcorn. Aish, I am so annoyed. Then she threw them repeatedly at TAESCO. Eat this. This made him unable to dodge in time. TAESCO slightly frowned. Maybe you will change your mind after experiencing it. Unexpectedly, as soon as he just blocked one hit, Habin disappeared. He helplessly sighed. She is gone, and she even left the money for the popcorn. Outside, Habin quickly snuck away. Alright, successful escape. TAESCO was still standing there blankly. Habin, he could not understand. Why? At the same time, at Siwoo's Hunter Association headquarters, the telephone suddenly rang. Siwoo calmly answered the phone. Speaking. The person on the other end reported. Regarding the target you mentioned, she said she received offers from both Solaris and Caligo. He frowned, as expected. So which side did the target choose? However, the other side's answer surprised Siwoo. She rejected both. He put the file on his hand, down on the table. Is there any other information? The person on the other end provided more information. Besides that, she just orders takeout food, is late for school, stuff like that. Siwoo held his head in helplessness. Haha, my sister really knows how to enjoy life. I thought she would be a little helpful. He sighed and leaned back. Before the gate incident, she was a model student recognized by everyone. In the previous timeline, she was the strongest person in the world, fighting non-stop, with formidable achievements. So I thought, even if she says that, she probably has some plans in her heart. Siwoo fell into contemplation. If that is the case, then, the problem is here, the system board displayed a special mission, eliminate the Guardian of Lies, with a reward of 10 resurrection stones. It said to leave it alone, and it would play and rest on its own, without hindering anything, yet the system feels guilty, and digs its own grave. I really do not understand. Suddenly, Siwoo thought of something. He reached into his pocket, and searched for his phone. Siwoo called SBES, the association jointly established by countries and global hunters, to manage the major and minor associations of each country. Yes, this is the SBES Association Management Office. Speaking. Oh, you are Fides. What is wrong, Fides? Hyun Siwoo is the current chairman. I will temporarily move this BES meeting forward a bit, using my authority, because there is important content. The topic of this meeting is to convey that we have found a way to conquer the 50th floor of the tower. The office representative was surprised. What, the 50th floor? We have not even passed the 26th floor yet. Why? But before he could finish speaking, Siwoo bluntly hung up the phone. Siwoo pondered. That is enough for everyone to compete together. On Hubin's side, on the way home late at night, Jaja followed behind and asked, what is wrong? I thought you would be happy to escape. But why do not you look happy at all? Hubin only replied gloomily. Because of Kang, TAECO. I thought he was someone who reached the top without a holy seat, so I believed that story. But when I found out that he actually has a holy seat, I felt like I was being deceived. Ah, by the way, can you sense other people's holy seats? Jaja replied as a matter of course. Of course. I can sense almost every holy seat, even if a holy seat level item is sometimes indistinguishable. If someone high level intentionally hides it, you can only feel a very faint aura. Hearing this, Habin understood, so that means Kang, TAESCO. Jaja immediately received Habin's thoughts. Yes, Kang TAESCO is that case. He is intentionally hiding it. It feels very unusual. It is clear that there is something holy seat level, but the feeling is very uncomfortable. Habin curiously asked, can anyone else discover holy seats? If so, would not we be discovered by others instead? Jaja replied immediately. Probably not, unless I intentionally reveal it. Habin looked at it. Then you must hide it well. Jaja confidently replied in a reliable manner, of course. Even though Habin was very suspicious in her heart. You have been discovered before, so I do not believe anything you say. Her face was full of sadness. Sigh. I did not expect the class reunion to be so tiring. Even so, I escaped earlier than expected, so I have some time left. I will probably have to deal with the unfinished work when I get home. Ja wondered, what work? The system board displayed the rewards for clearing the mirror dungeon, including one unhatched dragon's breath, which will hatch immediately upon opening, and one letter that cannot exist. Habin scratched her head blankly. I cleared the mirror dungeon the other day, but have not received the rewards. This made Jaja's eyes widen in surprise. Why would you leave that unfinished? What is the point of going into the dungeon if you do not receive the rewards? It was speechless. Could you be too lazy to do that? But Habin just crossed her arms indifferently. I had to interrogate that Che guy, so how could I check the rewards at that time? The two began to argue loudly. Then you could have checked, after leaving the gate. That, I admit I have not checked, because I was lazy. You are the laziest person on earth. I am receiving them now. Arriving home, Habin immediately opened the system to look. I can't tell what they are just by looking at the names. She directly pressed the Receive Rewards button. Only the screen flashed brightly, making Habin overwhelmed and cry out. She could only peek to see what was coming. An egg and a letter. Ja was curious. If this is the letter that cannot exist, then is this the unhatched dragon's breath? Habin held the egg up to examine it. Probably. Well, I guess I can put it in storage now. She turned to ask, Ja, what should I do now? Should I make an omelet with it or try to hatch it? Ja looked at her sweating bullets. Of course. Hatch it. The two did not notice the egg cracking. Habin and Ja were both surprised. A tiny foot with tiny claws powerfully broke the eggshell. Then a small horn gradually appeared. A milky purple baby dragon, with sparkling eyes, looked at Habin, looking very cute. This made her stunned. A dragon. The baby dragon slowly crawled out. Then it rubbed against Habin's chest, making her and Ja unable to resist exclaiming, so cute. Ja noticed the letter. So this is probably a message about this creature. It held it up for Habin. Open it and read it now. Habin took the letter. What is this? The words in the letter appeared blurry, making Habin wonder, is it blocked? The letter read, if you are reading these lines, it means you have completed the mirror dungeon once. Please take care of Lieber. Habin looked at the baby dragon. Lieber. Then, she continued reading. It likes to eat chicken breast, and it is not picky about vegetables either. It is afraid when it sleeps alone, and it also loves sweets. Habin looked at Lieber sleeping soundly and thought, how can it write such detailed care instructions just after hatching? Then she held the letter and turned it around. Why is it so blocked? I can hardly read any sentences. Suddenly, Habin realized something was wrong. Mysterious words from somewhere appeared on the letter from before. The person writing the letter is very similar to Habin in the past. She wondered, that means I can go back to the moment when my parents were still alive. It could also make the gate incident never happen, bringing everything back to the way it was. I can go back. The words continued to appear as if in a parallel conversation, so do not give up. Honestly, I missed the time before. Right? Habin shuddered. This is a little creepy. Then she decisively returned the letter, surprising Ja. What is wrong? Can you read it? Habin pressed the turn off system button. Ja, can't you read it? Ja looked at her. Isn't it all blocked? She was surprised. Blocked, but if it is a holy seed, it should be able to read some of my thoughts. Unexpectedly, it shook its head. I can't read that either. What about you? Can you read it? Habin stroked Lieber. I can read it, even if it is blocked, and speaking indirectly. You can understand it just by looking. Habin was lost in thought. It is written in silver ink, and that is my own handwriting, but I am sure I have never written this. So it is either a trap, or a thing that cannot exist. One of the two. Who exactly are you? Early the next morning, Ji-seok knocked on Habin's door and called, Habin. His voice was very gentle. Let us go train. Seeing the door open immediately, Ji-seok was surprised. Why are you up so early today? He did not know Habin was annoyed. He really does not know how to give up, does he? Ji-seok entered the house naturally. That is what I should be saying. You are never prepared to go to training. This made Habin hurriedly run away. If you work too hard, the trainees will hate you. He looked at her appearance and was curious. What are you doing? He only saw Habin hugging something covered in a blanket. No, it is just... What? Suddenly, she went crazy and glared at Ji-seok. What are you looking at? He was scared to death. Why are you suddenly like this? Unexpectedly, Lieber shot out of the blanket, making Ji-seok jump. Wow. He hugged Lieber and wondered, what is this, a pet? Animals are not allowed in the training area. Unexpectedly, at that moment, Habin took Lieber back from Ji-seok. No, Pia's very dirty. Ji-seok and Ja were both stunned. Pia. Then Ja shouted in disappointment. No way, its name is Pia. What kind of name is that? Who would name a dragon like that? Habin angrily smiled at it. Yes, shut up. Hearing that it was a dragon, Ji-seok was very shocked. When did you bring it in? Habin acted innocent. You are not allowed to bring pets into the training area. Ji-seok was stiff. No, but this is not a normal pet. It is a dragon, right? Habin hugged Lieber tightly and denied it. What? No, it is not. Ji-seok leaned closer to take a closer look. It is clearly a dragon. You can hide the wings and horns with skills, but you can't hide it from my eyes. Then he rattled off so many words that Habin wanted to burst her eardrums. Ah, this is the boss of the mirror dungeon? It is him. I recognized the dragon at first glance. Also, most importantly, you hate trouble, so why would you register a pet? No one has ever successfully registered a dragon as a pet. What is going on? Don't even think about running away. Habin had no choice but to say, okay, I will tell the truth, so do not abuse my ears anymore. Habin put Lieber down on the bed and told him, first of all, it is a mission reward. This is also a secret. You can't reveal it in any way. Ji Seok already understood her too well. You are afraid it will be revealed, so you can't lie still, right? Habin said bluntly, of course. Ji Seok was anxious. I know that without you telling me. If you want to hide it so well, why do not you put it in storage? Habin wondered. Storage, Ji Seok realized. Ah, that is right. It is okay if you do not know. For the first time, when you register a pet, a small space will be created for them to rest. Depending on the player's level, that space will be more spacious and comfortable. With your level, the space for this one is probably equivalent to a luxury hotel. Habin immediately understood. So there is a way. Then, if you do not want people to find out, putting it in storage is the best way. But then Habin remembered the message written in the letter, please take care of Lieber. At night, it will be very scared if it sleeps alone. Time went back 5 years ago. The television reported, the damage caused by the unidentified holes that appeared on the 5th is still increasing. Because of the attacks by strange creatures from the holes, it is difficult to confirm the missing and the dead. Now, the golden time, after the accident has passed, and the chances of survival for the missing are very low. Painful memories gradually appeared. On that tragic day, the more time passed, the clearer and more painful the truth that she was alone became. Staying up all night, living every day in pain. But on a lonely night, she just wanted someone by her side. I hope she does not have to suffer like that. Thinking this way, Habin just lowered her head. No matter how busy I am, I should still take it out to sleep with me at night. This made Ji Seok also confused. It will be okay. He was originally planning to comfort Habin, but unexpectedly, she suddenly shouted angrily. Ah, I really do not want to go to training. This made Ji Seok terrified. Then she made a dazed expression, as if she had never said anything, and looked at Ji Seok. Hey trainer, what do you think if I skip today? He was also speechless with her. No way, you crazy girl. How dare you say that to a trainer? Habin clenched her fists, her eyes burning with anger. Training is okay, but if anyone touches my peaceful life again, I won't let them off. Ji Seok could not say anything. What if you can't? Suddenly, there was a loud knocking on the door outside. Trainee Hebin, is Trainee Hebin here? Kaligo, people from Kaligo, have come to find you. Habin's face darkened. Well, that is, she cracked her knuckles, her anger flaring. It could not be worse. Someone's about to die. Opening the door, a man wearing glasses said solemnly, hello, Ms. Habin. All three went to the rooftop of the building. That man said, the chairman of Kaligo Guild wants to meet you, so we have arranged an urgent meeting schedule. Habin looked regretful. But today is a mandatory training session, so I can't be absent. Who knew he would say, today's meeting will replace the entire training session, and will be counted as a substitute practice. Habin looked at Ji Seok suspiciously. Hey Che, why do not you do this? Ji Seok only smiled bitterly. How can a trainer teach a trainee to skip school? The man did not say anything more, only respectfully. Then please get in the car. Habin agreed immediately. Yes. This made Ji Seok very surprised. He hurriedly ran after Habin and called, Habin? Wait, Habin, are you really going to Kaligo? Habin only replied calmly. Is not it supposed to be like that? Ji Seok advised her, don't go. There is something fishy. There is no reason for Kaligo to respectfully welcome an A-level hunter like this. It might be a trap, or they already know who you are, and know your true power. But Habin was not surprised at all. Hey Che, have not you investigated me until now? I thought you knew this for a long time. Kang Tae, SEO and I were in the same class in high school. When it comes to guilds, I run away immediately. But at least friends can still talk, right? Originally, Korea is a place where everything is run by blood ties, localities, and schools. See you later. Saying this, Habin left Ji Seok standing there stunned. He blankly watched the car carrying Habin slowly drive away. In his heart, he was still confused. Blood ties, localities, schools. The celebrity who cares the least about those things is Kang Tae, SEO of Kaligo. Ji Seok immediately took out his phone. Something must have happened. He called Ji-se. Ji-se's voice rang out. Hello, what is wrong? Ji Seok reported. Trainee Habin, since yesterday, Kaligo has been closely following her. Ji-se said in a weary tone. Ugh, how annoying. The two discussed it together. Then the collaborative mission with Kaligo last time. Let me go instead. The 26th floor kill screen conquest. Originally, you did not want to go, so I was going to let Junhui go instead. Junhui refused vehemently. I am not going. Ji-se was annoyed. I am paying you to do things like this. Unexpectedly, Ji Seok only calmly said, let me go. In return, you keep an eye on Kaligo. You are more suitable for prophetic skills than me. Hearing this, Ji-se immediately agreed. Okay, I understand. Ji-se looked very radiant in her white coat. I will take a look when I have time. Ji-se's real name is Che Ji-se, the chairman of Solaris, a golden light priest. Her holy seat is Zenith Light. co-signed with GCO. Jisei turned to smile at Junhui. Junhui, you do not have to go. He pouted. I was not planning to go from the start. Later, Habin was taken to Caligo headquarters. The man introduced. This is the office. The chairman is inside right now. Then, Habin politely greeted. Ah, yes, thank you. Then she went into TAE-SEO's office. TAE-CO saw her and called, Habin. I have been waiting for you. Habin gently smiled. I hope you won't wait in vain. The class reunion was too busy, so we could not talk properly. I hope that here, we can say what needs to be said. Habin silently observed, but this place, why is it so empty? I heard that he is always just hanging around in the office on HunterNet. She spoke up to ask, TAE-CO, you used to collect a lot of printed editions and web novels, right? He turned away and said, I threw them all away now. The scene changed to the past. TAE-CO's cheerful voice rang out. Ta-da, take a look. I had to search all over the flea market to collect them. Habin was helpless. You are really strange. Do you like it that much? He then gently replied, of course, I will keep them until I die. She secretly sighed in her heart. In this era where everyone is hunting hunter stories, he threw them all away. That is really ironic. He sat down on the chair and changed the subject. I apologize for yesterday. I thought I was a little hasty in unexpectedly proposing to you to join the guild. I have changed the conditions a bit. Can you listen to them? Habin looked at him with strange eyes. This guy, why are you talking so strangely these days? Is this a military camp? You talk like the military. What happened to someone who used to be so well behaved? Like you? TAE-SEO lowered his eyes to explain. Well, it is. If you act too innocent, people will easily look down on you. She was silent for a moment, and then agreed. That makes sense. He hurriedly tried to save the situation. Although it is hard to change immediately, I will try to. Habin scratched her head. Anyway, do not dream of recruiting me into the guild. I am not going to be a hunter. Suddenly, TAE-CO said, you do not have to be. Just register your name on the list. You do not need to go into the dungeon. She was shocked. What? He updated Habin with information. Do you know that if you participate in the guild's tower conquest team, it will be counted as having completed the practice at the training center? Her face was still blank. What? Habin slammed her hand on the table. It is really counted, TAE-CO calmly replied. If you want, as long as your name is on the conquest list, you can be absent from the training camp. I will guarantee that you receive the benefits the guild members are receiving, even if you do not join. If it is difficult to decide right away, you can try it for a while and then decide later. She was suspicious. Why are you being so preferential? That is suspicious. There must be something hidden. Habin raised her glass and took a sip. She smiled happily. But whatever, skipping training legally is really awesome. And so, the protagonist went all the way to the Tower of Death just to skip training. The scene switched, and at this time many people were gathered. A reporter spoke up. Today, the cooperation plan between Caligo and Solaris at Killscreen will begin. The cooperation between the two strongest guilds in Korea is attracting a lot of attention, and everyone was discussing the plan, checking equipment, and at the fork, Habin sat on the side and exclaimed. There are quite a lot of people, right? Jiseok spoke up. Killscreen is more dangerous than other dungeons, but the rewards are much better. It is a high-risk, high-reward situation. Because there have been many incidents, the law has been amended to prevent civilians from entering without a special permit. She nodded. I see. Suddenly, he said, how did you get here? Habin asked back. What about you? He replied. Aren't you supposed to be in training? She continued. What about you? Jiseok explained. Today, Caligo and Solaris are jointly attacking the south direction of the 26th floor. She was curious. How dangerous is it that the two guilds have to cooperate? He quickly recounted. It is also dangerous, but the dungeon floor has a fork. One side is the secret treasure of the Demon King, and the other is the boss room, and both sides will be attacked by the two guilds at the same time. Habin was surprised. Aha! Jiseok was annoyed. What is... I am asking how you got here. She reassured. Don't worry, I just registered my name on the Caligo list, and I am sitting here watching a movie. He asked, you came here to get training credit. Right, Habin calmly replied. Of course. Jiseok's veins popped out. You really came all the way to Killscreen just to skip training. Do you hate training that much? Suddenly, two people ran over and called. Wait, Vice President. What are you doing here? We have been looking for you. Hurry back. He was dragged away. No, hey, guys, wait. She happily waved. Good luck with the boss. Behind her, a displeased voice suddenly rang out. To think the chairman of the guild would let an acquaintance parachute into Killscreen. How impressive. Habin looked back and saw someone leaving in displeasure. She blankly scratched her cheek. Everyone looked so tense. It must be because they are nervous. The announcement rang out. Now, we will enter the dungeon. Teams that are waiting, please stand in place. There is a deep abyss behind the entrance, so teams should be careful not to approach. Suddenly, she saw something. It turned out that Jiseok was signaling, don't do anything weird. Just stay in one place. She avoided it a little. But that Che guy is not reacting at all. He probably did not see it wrong, or miss anything. So that means only I can see it. It is like a bug in a game. Habin pointed to the blue panel and asked, Jaja, can't you see anything? It wondered. What? She pointed to the blue spot that appeared right here. At this time, the system board appeared. Achieved hidden title, Bug Finder. Due to special actions, a new skill has been created, Bug Finder. Passive. Can sense the errors that exist in the world. Haben was happy. So I have another skill besides that. Void. Something, right? Jaja's face went blank. What is that void something? That is the most rare and powerful skill in the world. Suddenly she rushed over and asked, Jaja, you are also curious about my new skill, right? Bug identification is the ability to sense the errors that exist in the world. I was planning to sit here and watch a movie to kill time, but this is even more fun. Let us see, I have to find a place where no one can see. The scene switched to another place. Habin wondered, this should be okay, right? Jaja replied. This place is not far from the crowd. She was satisfied. No, this place is perfect. Follow closely, Jaja. It deride its life. What is she thinking? Habin directly grabbed Jaja and plunged down. Next was Jaja's pitiful scream. Down below, Ji-seok was worried. Did someone fall? Siwoo said, it is someone from the waiting team. They fell into the abyss behind the entrance. He grumbled. You just need to stand still there. How can you fall? What should we do now? Taeco gave his opinion. Since they have entered the dungeon, we can't rescue them immediately. Since they are from the waiting team, they must have awakened. They should not be seriously injured. Ji-seok wondered. Who fell? Siwoo hesitated a little. Is it Haben, from the waiting team? Ha! He finished speaking, then turned away. It is best to complete the dungeon, and then go rescue them. So let us continue. Ji-seok was helpless with her. Why did she fall? Was she bored and playing around? What is under that abyss? On this side, Haben was having fun. Identify bug. She shouted, bingo! Jaja was startled. What is it? The two continued into a passageway. Haben was curious. Oh, it is brighter than I thought. It was also surprised. This is a different dimension. The system rang out. Entered an unidentified alternate dimension. Due to special actions, a new skill has been created. The system appeared and asked, do you want to proceed? She thought. Could this be the place that contains all the errors in the world? So that means I can use it to go anywhere I want. Jaja was also confused. I did not expect to find this. What the heck are you? Haben agreed. It feels strange. Then let us see if it really works. The system reported. On the other side is the 26th floor of kill screen. Do you want to proceed? She muttered. Oh, there is a 26th floor here too. Let us just peek a little. After pressing the button, her eyes widened. Haben's entire body was sucked into a stream of blue light. Then the stream of light swallowed her entire body. Haben covered her face to avoid being blinded. Her entire body was transported to another space by the stream of light. She hurriedly landed. Phew, I almost died. But where is this? The system said. This is the Demon King's office, the boss of the 26th floor of the dungeon. Congratulations, you are the first human to set foot in the boss room of the 26th floor. She was dumbfounded. Did I just skip all the stages and go straight to the final boss? Suddenly, a shout rang out. Who is it? Who dares to enter my territory without a sword? The system showed information. Demon King, Kriksha. Among the 7 Demon Kings, he is the first, the Demon King of Pride. Haben looked at him in surprise. Aha! Are you the boss? Kriksha spoke proudly. I do not know what rat hole you crawled out of, but you dare to be so leisurely. He ordered the 2-headed dog. Deal with it. She directly used a sword to slash the dog's face. Haben's expression became very serious. The force was strongly concentrated in the soles of her feet, causing the ground to crack. The dog was sent flying up. It directly flew over Kriksha's place and slammed into the wall. He blankly looked back. Huh. And she was troubled. Ugh, I was planning to talk a little. You guys attacked first. Okay, Kriksha was sweating bullets. What is happening? Haben walked over and asked. So are you going to fight more? She beckoned. Come on. The scene switched to inside the tunnel. Ma-ro grumbled unhappily. Someone already fell? That is why I said you should not bring new recruits around. Didn't you foresee this? But Tae-seo remained silent and did not answer. He was annoyed. You should know how to answer when an adult speaks, you brat. You are just leading him into the dungeon because you are friends, huh? Like playing house. But that arrogant appearance will end today. I will take you down, Tae-seo, and take the position of guild chairman. The scene went back to Kriksha's room. Haben was calling out, hey, wake up. He was scared. What the heck are you? She pointed the sword at him. What? He fearfully corrected. Yes. Where are you from? Who are you? She was persistent. Do I have to explain it? Kriksha hurriedly replied. Ah, well, it is not necessary to reveal your identity. Haben spoke up. Kriksha, if I kill the boss here, will the dungeon close? He honestly replied. Yes, it will. She still calmly pointed the sword. Is that so? He hurriedly said. You do not need to kill me to close it. I can just surrender and retreat to another floor. Haben asked, if you surrender, what about the rewards? Kriksha hesitated. The rewards? If you let me go. Then, immediately after, sparkling weapons appeared. Next were the jewelry gifts. He respectfully said, please choose. The system showed each high-end item. Vanity sword. Raid. Legend. Effect. Attack. Plus 30. Warning. When equipped, it will reduce the user's judgment. Imperishable pride. Raid. Legend. Effect. Defense plus 50. Warning. When equipped, it will reduce the user's judgment. Next was vanity necklace. Grade. Legend. Effect. Charm plus 15. Warning. When equipped, it will reduce the user's judgment. She criticized. Only 50 stats. Is this trash? Are you intentionally pulling out the bad ones? He hurriedly explained. No. These are the things I cherish the most. Kriksha secretly lamented. To call equipment that increases 50 stats at once trash. It is really good stuff, Haben said coldly. But I do not need it. He sobbed. If this is useless, what do you want? The scene switched to the assault team. Ji Seok muttered. We have finally arrived. Then, let us split up from here. If we have not defeated the boss, after the treasure room is cleared, we will join the battle. Taeseo replied. Understood. Maro secretly smiled. Great, just as planned. He ordered, you know what to do, right? When we get to the boss room, push Taeseo in alone and lock the door. The guy worriedly said, but Sir Wang Ma-ro, if Taeseo defeats the boss and escapes, then what? Ma-ro confidently said, don't worry, even a rank 1 like Fides has to form an assault team for killscreen. Assuming Taeseo defeats the boss himself, he will definitely be exhausted. At that time, the whole team will jump in and deal with him. It is also reasonable, he smiled slyly. He does not know what is waiting for him and is happily walking ahead. Your era ends here. A moment later, everyone arrived at the boss room. Taeseo touched the door. He lightly pushed it open. Ma-ro ordered. It is time. The masked man also activated his skill, Flash. The mages also used their skills, paralyzing poison. Other people also joined in, crippling strike. So a bunch of skills flew toward Taeseo. At this moment, he was opening the door and could not defend himself. Taeseo gritted his teeth, unable to do anything. The scene switched. At this moment, Habeen was interrogating him. Is this really the best? The system showed the information. Demon King's secret manual. Grade, undefinable. Effect, choose one skill of the Demon King to learn. Kriksha respectfully said. Of course. It is my skill after all. She probed. Why is the book so tattered? And what good skills do you have? I have never seen you use any skills. He wanted to faint. You did not give me time to use them. Haben smiled threateningly. Oh, you want to be beaten again? Okay, I will just accept it for now. I am also busy, so it would be troublesome if I ran into the assault team. I should just go back and watch a movie. But there is no signal. Is it because I am in the dungeon that I lost the signal? There is still a signal, albeit slow, near the dungeon entrance. There is no signal under the abyss either. Then I can't watch a movie even if I go back. Hey Kriksha, are there any items in the dungeon that broadcast Wi-Fi or 4 grams? It would be so good to have something like that now. He was blank. 4 grams, she sighed. You probably do not know. Never mind, there is no other way. I will only know if there is a signal if I go back. If I am too bored, I can also participate in this tower. Then where am I going? Kriksha respectfully saw her off. I wish you a safe journey. Suddenly, a loud noise erupted. A blinding light came from behind. Haben was hit by the impact, and dust flew into her face. She was a little uneasy. Could it be? The assault team is here. After the explosion erupted, a series of dazzling flashes of light and debris flew. Everyone was agitated. Wang Ma-ro was dazed. What the heck is going on? Ma-ro's subordinate reported. This is the boss room. It seems we just entered the boss room. Haben hid under the table, sitting still without moving, and even not daring to breathe heavily for fear of being discovered. She was scared, anxiously afraid. I almost got discovered. Then she secretly poked her head out to investigate. Why did the people from Caligo and the assault team arrive so early? Let us quietly go back. She lightly touched the system portal. Kang Tae. Seo. Where is that jerk? On Ma-ro's side, they were discussing the plan. That bastard probably knew we were going to get rid of him, so he played a trick. What should we do now, Sir Ma-ro? We were planning to lock him up, but now we are being played. Only we can get in. And Kang Taeseo is stuck outside. Haben was extremely angry after hearing this. Unable to contain herself, she slammed the table and shouted, Say it again. Is there something more scummy than the Demon King here? Who is planning to get rid of who? In another development, in a dark room, Kang Taeseo sat lost in thought and sighed. It was not far from what I expected. He recalled the discussions he had received. What is so great about that bastard Kang Taeseo? Do I have to listen to that brat? Let us just ignore being badmouthed behind my back. Is that even what you call a plan? In just 5 short years, the knives pointed at me were not just from Wang Ma-ro. I am used to betrayal, envy, and defending against them. Even being used. Taeseo browsed the system. A series of information appeared, including proposals for transferring shadows and mirror shadows. He thought I was pushed into the boss room using their skills, and they received the exact same attack back. They can only blame themselves. By the way, it is good to clear out this bunch of trashy factions at once. Returning to Haben, she said sternly, Say it again. Who is planning to get rid of who? Huang Ma-ro vaguely recognized. That little girl is the new recruit that Kang Taeseo brought along, Kang Taeseo's old classmate. But she was clearly assigned to the waiting team. Sir Huang Ma-ro, that little girl is... Isn't she the one who fell into the abyss? Why is she here? Isn't she a new recruit? How can a new recruit get all the way here? Ma-ro suddenly shouted straight at Haben's face. Ha! So that is it. You have been on Kang Tae SEO side from the beginning? You knew we were coming here, right? Haven't blanked out? What are you suddenly? I do not know what method you used, but you definitely pretended to fall into the abyss to wait here. Why would you do that? We had planned to betray Kang Tae CO, and you knew about it, so you planned to ambush us. Habin heard all of those confessions. So in the end, you guys betrayed Kang Tae CO, right? You were planning to murder him and pretend it was an accident. Ma-ro hesitated. That thing. She slightly smirked. So that is it. Then she glared at them. You guys plotted to murder someone, and you are still being brazen about it. Ma-ro not only did not regret it, but was also self-satisfied. You are just a new recruit. What makes you so arrogant? He secretly rejoiced. I know, all the rankers in the country, there is not anyone in the top who is named Habin. Rank 1 is Kang Tae CO, rank 2 is Chae-ji-si, then Chae-ji-seok, Baek Na-yeon, Lee Jun-hui. I am right below them, the 6th ranked in the country. So no matter how good that bitch is, she can't be stronger than me. You mocked Habin? Little girl, you are probably inexperienced, so you are so reckless, right? I do not know what plan you have, but you dare to go against us alone. Stop dreaming. Okay, deal with that one quickly, and then we will come back and deal with Kang Tae CO. At that moment, Habin began to mobilize her energy and inner strength. Another powerful explosion erupted, making Ma-ro stand still, unable to react. There was only one soldier left. He was also surprised. It is over. Oh my god. Ma-ro was angry. Why are you asking that question right now? Oh, you? From behind the thick smoke, Habin spoke up. Well, are you done barking? The sentence silenced Ma-ro's group. Then sweat dripped profusely. Kriksha stood hiding on the side, watching the commotion. After a few minutes of dealing with them, Habin crossed her arms and looked. Let us see. Each person was tied tightly to a mattress. How should I deal with these guys neatly? Kriksha wondered. You are not planning to kill them. Ah, so you are planning to torture them first. I am very familiar with these things. I know all the places that make people feel pain. Breaking each finger and pulling out each nail. The group turned pale with fear after hearing this. Please spare us. I still have to take care of a lot of family members, please, if I can't go back to my family. Habin began to sneer. So, you also value your lives? You guys gathered to kill one person, but now you are scared about your own lives. She thought meanwhile, that guy has lost his whole family and has no one to rely on. Then she continued. Kang Tae CO must be very hurt. So that is why he changed. Kang Tae CO hurt. No way. You must have mistaken someone. It is probably just someone with the same name? Habin shouted. That is a friend I value extremely. Do you know that? Ma-ro grumbled. Damn it. Since when did they become so close? If I had known earlier, I would not have put on this show. I thought he was just being used. Habin was still trying to speak. If it was not for Tae SEO, I would not be able to skip training anymore. Are you planning to kill such a good person? It is probably over. Ma-ro's group was helpless. In front of us, you guys just keep getting beaten. Those people still did not understand what would happen to them next. After some time, Habin sighed. She launched an energy attack, aimed straight at those bad guys. One hit to the head, blood splattering everywhere. Kriksha stood by and watched. They are out of blood. Drink a recovery potion. Habin knelt down and asked Ma-ro, how much blood do you have left? 10. I only have 10 left. I will really die if you hit me again. Please. Here, this recovery potion. I would rather die than be given that to you, sister. Habin laughed loudly. No way. I really value Tae-co, but not to the point of killing someone for him. But it is actually quite troublesome. It is because it is related to Tae-co that I am stepping in. But if these guys expose me, then I am done. Ja appeared. Haha, it is really destiny forcing me to show myself. Habin sought help. Hey Kriksha, do you have any good skills? Like erasing memories or curses that can't be revealed. Erasing memories is difficult, but cursing them from revealing information, of course I do. Oh, what skill is it, Silent Curse? It is an ancient curse of the Demon King. Once you are hit, you can't say or write it. You will even feel terrible pain just by thinking about the forbidden thing. Those hit by this curse can't reveal the designated secret in any form. But what if someone uses a debuff skill? Only mages of the same level as the caster can break the ancient curse. That means those weaker than me can't break it. But those stronger than Kriksha can break it, right? Impossible. There is no one stronger than a demon king like me. Rewinding time to 30 minutes ago, when Kriksha was attacked by Habin. The dent on the wall was still there. Habin, after thinking, could only cluck her tongue. I have to do it myself. I will do it myself. She opened the system. Kriksha continued. Then I will take my leave and move to another floor. Suddenly, both went silent. What is wrong? Habin stared at Kriksha for a while and then praised. You are kind, are not you, a demon king helping other people. Next time I come to another floor, I will find you. See you again. Wait, no, do not. Kriksha was also helpless. Yes, madam. Coming to Tae-co, he was still lonely in the dark room. It has been almost 30 minutes since they went inside. Are they dead? Tae-co recalled. I do not care whether Hwang Ma-ro's group lives or dies, but I can't let the people from Solaris discover that Caligo's internal affairs are in chaos. I have to prepare to go in. Suddenly, the system provided information about an unusual situation occurring. The first human has successfully conquered the boss on the 26th floor. TAESEO was surprised. Completed the conquest. That is fast. How did those guys do it? The method of conquest is also strange. Why did the boss move to another floor? Too curious, he entered the room with the group. TAESEO was startled. Why is it suddenly like this? Seeing the scene in front of him, he was speechless. Maro's group was tied tightly to the floor, unable to move. He was also helpless. A resounding call came. Kang, TAESEO. JG Siak was panting. What happened? Why did the boss go up to the 50th floor? What kind of conquest was that? Why did it end so quickly? We have not even touched the treasure room yet. What exactly happened? Oh my gosh, what happened to you guys? You are in such a mess. The boss is stronger than we thought. TAESEO. Return to the main issue. But rescuing the person who fell into the abyss is the priority right now, right? JG Siak panicked. That is right, Haben. Oh, sorry, the person who fell into the abyss was an acquaintance of mine. I will go see if she is okay. Ji Seok's teammates also enthusiastically helped. I will go with you. Luckily, we completed the conquest early. Let us go together. TAESEO watched Ji Seok and his teammates gradually disappearing backs. Then he turned back to Maro's group. He slowly approached. On the other side, a bookshelf was piled with thick books. Something caught his attention. He gently touched it, and a shadow replayed. From within, the object, which looked like a lantern, was emitting a gloomy black color. That black color gradually spread, forming a vortex in TAESEO's hand. He squinted as if he were thinking about something. The next day, he was watching an interview on TV. Successful conquest of the 26th floor of Killscreen. Humanity has finally done it. Yes, this conquest was a collaboration between Caligo and Solaris. It seems to be the fastest conquest record of all the floors. That is right. Normally it takes at least 3 days, sometimes even a month, to conquer Killscreen. But this time, it only took less than a few hours. Is it because they did not kill the boss? Ah, I heard that was the most special thing. It is the first time the boss moved up to the 50th floor without being defeated. The unprecedented event surprised everyone. The boss must have been too scared of the hunters and ran away. Hearing this, he quickly turned off the TV. Then he sank into thought. No matter how I analyze it, it is still strange. In the boss room, what exactly happened? The scene shifted to one of the other gloomy rooms. A fearful voice begged. That thing. I can't say it. The man in front of TAESEO was always making painful groans. Gradually the person passed out. TAESEO then asked the doctor, can you guess what they have? It seems to be the Demon King's curse. We are also at a loss for this. Since it is the Demon King's curse, ordinary people can't break it. Did the Demon King intentionally cast a curse? For what reason? TAESEO was still troubled. The system issued a warning, revive a specific shadow and summon it. Immediately, a dazzling vortex of darkness appeared according to TAESEO's command. He bluntly asked, you are the shadow in the Demon King's boss room, right? So you must have seen what happened there. Okay then, he hesitated. Then tell me what happened there yesterday. A small black vortex slowly appeared. It did not say anything. It just silently picked up a pen and scribbled a few strokes on the paper. TAESEO still silently observed. He was startled. This is... Looking at the drawing that the black shadow sketched, what the heck is this? A girl. What is that in her hand? A sword. The black shadow frowned. Look closely, human. TAESEO pondered for a while. He carefully thought. The small black shadow was still holding up the picture, trying to suggest something to TAESEO. The strokes made it difficult for TAESEO to feel. This is the scene. When the Demon King cast the curse, the black shadow was helpless. You idiot! You dumbass! I do not understand what you are saying at all. Why are you asking? If you do not understand. Even so, in TAESEO's heart, he was secretly thinking, a girl, holding a sword. There are several suspicious people among the hunters. The swordmasters are demon swordmasters with high skills. There are several people like that in this conquest team, but they all have alibis. So it is an outsider? No, if it is an outsider, they would have run into the waiting team already. Or is it an unseen variable that was originally in the tower? At that moment, TAESEO's phone vibrated. He immediately opened it to check. Haben had texted. On this side, Haben was resting on a comfortable chair. She suddenly felt a little uncomfortable. Jaja spoke up and asked, what is wrong? I do not know why, but I keep feeling uneasy. Kang TAESEO probably knows he was betrayed too. He must be shocked. Ah, well, this time, I was able to skip training thanks to TAESEO, so I am just sending a message to ask how he is. What? Thanks? You are breaking the training. Habin, how long are you going to skip training for? You have been skipping class for 3 days in a row? 3 days? Do you think this is your house? Choi Ji-seo grumbled. I am sick. I can't come to training. How can a sick person go to the trainer's house? Oh, am I here to listen to you complain? Find me something to eat. Anyone who sees you would think I am starving you. You ate 3 portions of tonkatsu as soon as you walked in. And do not lie down right after eating. It is bad for your stomach. Oh, you are really meddling. Anyway, I am determined to take sick leave. Don't stop me. Ji-seok was annoyed. Confiscating your game console? What? No way. I can't play without it. Haben was so angry that she rushed over to bite Ji Seok's head. Ji Seok turned to Jaja for help. Say something if she skips training. Ja shouted at this moment. I finally got a lottery ticket. Ji Seok was helpless. Am I the only normal one here? Give it back. Take it. Feeling too noisy, Lieber automatically hid in storage. Ji Seok, even though he was annoyed, still cared about everyone. What is Jaja doing? Haben replied. She is loading all kinds of events to read web novels. Jaja happily and excitedly said. This time, I definitely have to win 1,000 cash. But the computer showed the words, you won 100 cash. What the heck is 100 cash? 100 cash can only read one chapter. How long will it take to finish the story? Seeing Jaja disappointed, Ji Seok worried. Is it okay to just leave it like that? Ja is already grown up. She has to know how to overcome it herself. Haben said, what the heck are you saying? Ji Seok kindly gave Jaja a card. Use this for now. Oh, this is a Guggen gift card. Thank you, Ji Seok. Ji Seok turned to look at Haben, who was immersed in the game. Is that game console so precious? Yeah, it is like opening a new world. Then come over and play again sometimes. Hearing that slightly shy sentence, Haben blanked out, not knowing how to react. She asked back sometimes, well, you can come often if you want. You are honest. This house is really nice. How much does this place cost? Ji Seok was speechless. You are the first person to come to my house and ask the price. I do not know the price either. This house is in my sister's name. Your sister Che is Che Ji-se, right? The chairman of Solaris. Then this basement is also hers. Ji Seok was startled. What? Don't tell me, clearly, and are intentionally asking. This place has been carefully set up by my sister, so that no one can find it. Even though he thought so, Ji Seok still pretended to be ignorant. Basement, Haben confirmed. Yeah, I only used bug identification to guess that there was an error. I did not expect it to be such a big secret. What the heck? That won't do, Che. It is strange for the homeowner not to know that their house has a basement. If there is something wrong, you have to sue the construction company. No wait, Haben stood up abruptly. I will personally inspect it, not giving Ji Seok a chance to react. Hey wait, what are you planning to do again? Haben quickly discovered the magic power sensing stone. Just lightly transfer magic power. And when she transferred magic power into the stone under the floor, the light of energy spread out. It was so bright that Ji Seok had to cover his eyes. Before Haben's eyes at this moment, a staircase leading down to the basement appeared. What the heck is so big? Well, since I have been discovered, I will just take a tour. Down below, a series of machines were operating continuously. Diligent robots were working. All of the scenery created a factory with a modern production line. Haben and Jaja were stunned. A secret base, like in the movies. Do the people in the guild know about this? No one knows. To keep it a secret, only me, my sister, and the assistant know. Cool, right? Even if I am sure to be killed by my sister if she finds out, I still wanted to show an outsider once. I can't stand being so talkative. Suddenly, a voice rang out. We have a guest. I told you not to enter the research room temporarily without permission. Why did you come today? Haben was stunned. That person continued, Miss Haben, I have heard a lot about you lately. It is a pleasure to meet you. Ji Seok panicked when he saw his sister. She found this place herself. I did not let her in. She opened the door herself. Ji Se gently called out. Ji Seok, when you do something wrong, you have to apologize first, regardless of the reason. Suddenly, Ji Seok fell down. Haben fearfully glanced. Che, did you die? What about my training session? Is she crazy? Then Ji Seok sat up abruptly. No. Would anyone shoot their own brother in the head like that? This is a recovery gun that was recently developed to reduce fatigue. You have been complaining about a headache lately, right? So, Ji Seok was still not completely awake. Ji Se happily asked, do you feel better now? Oh, it seems to be better. You are my only younger brother, so it hurts my heart to see you sick. That is why I made this. Ji Seok was a little touched. Really? No, I remember telling you not to enter this room without permission. Yet you even brought a guest here, so I thought you had a head injury and tried to wake you up with a shot. How is it? Are you more awake now? Haben hurriedly dumped everything on Ji Seok's head. Che is the one at fault, right? Haben also thinks so, right? Ji Seok hesitantly replied. I am sorry, but it is really amazing. Is that so? It is my work. I am developing weapons that can be used against monsters here. But Sister Ji is not a manufacturing class, she is a priest class. That is right, my official job is a golden light priest. Then how can you develop these things? Even the best manufacturing hunter could not do it. I use prophecy skills to steal future technologies that are about to be invented. Haben was thunderstruck. How can you do this without cheating? Of course, I do not take other people's technology, so all the technology is only for my own use. In general, you are too selfless, sister. If this holy seat fell into the hands of someone else, the world would be in chaos. Haben suddenly became pensive and silent. Before, she was the goddess of the Korean engineering school. Now she is an investment genius. The person who owns the largest assets in the hunter world, Ji-se. To the point where there is a saying that investing with Ji-se is a guaranteed win because her investment vision is too amazing. Netizens are always curious about what she does with so much money. I do not know if I can ask her what she plans to use that money for. I want to protect everyday life. Everyday life. Because preventing monsters is not the only important thing. Eating well, sleeping enough, living with loved ones. If you can't protect those things, you can't say that you have protected the world. I am not a world-saving hunter, but a life-saving hunter. From that day, she has established a welfare fund, supporting those who have difficulties due to the gate incident. I have also received support. Ms. Habin is also one of the people who received support. I hope you visit the foundation headquarters once. Support. If I had not been helped at that time, I might have given up on everything. Jaja was also surprised after hearing Habin's story. That is amazing. A hero is not always far away. You are also saying nice things now, Jaja. Not saving the world, but saving everyday life. Habin had followed Jisei and admired her very much. This saying will probably be engraved in my heart forever. Oh, now that you mention it, we really want to recruit Habin. Do you want to join Solaris? I will treat you well. Habin was a little shy. Ji-seok secretly rejoiced. Great, you are doing great. I really value you a lot, sister. And now that you are personally inviting me like this, it is really unfair. Jisei lightly smiled. You are saying sweet things, but that is exactly why I can't join. Ji-seok was surprised. What do you mean? Habin said bluntly. You should not turn the person you like into a boss. I want you to just be you. I do not want to meet you as a superior at work. If that is the reason, then it is even more precious, right? Well then, with that reason, I can't force you to join the guild. Ji-seok was annoyed. Sister, what are you saying? Aren't you supposed to pull Habin into the guild by any means? From today, that plan is cancelled. Change of direction. Then Habin, I want to change the proposal. Let us be sisters. Habin was dubious. Sisters, be comfortable. I also know good movies, like Ji-seok. I also know a lot of good restaurants. Do you want to go eat strawberry buffet with me? The aura from Jisei's person radiated, causing Habin to be stunned. Dazzling light. I can't believe I get to be Sister Jisei's younger sister. I even have Sister Jisei's personal phone number. Strawberry buffets are very expensive. Before I was poor and busy, but now I have both. Seeing Habin extremely excited, Jaja asked, do you like Che Jisei that much? Of course. Sister Jisei is my benefactor. She really is a benefactor. Since I am on sick leave, I should buy some new clothes. By the way, I should throw away all the old clothes too. Do I have any clothes that need to be thrown away? That outfit you are hugging, that is old clothes, right? It is terribly tattered. Tattered, you say? These are the clothes I am wearing. I am wearing them normally. Well, what is wrong with saying I should throw them away? Habin stared at the jacket for a while. Jaja called out to ask, what is wrong? This outfit is Mom's favorite. You like sky blue, right? When we bought it, there was also a yellow one, but Mom still chose this color for you. Oh, the color is really pretty. The size fits perfectly too, Mom. Of course, I remember my daughter's size better than my own clothes. Time is truly scary. Mom's face is starting to fade. It has only been 5 years, but the memories have gradually faded away. Someday, I won't even remember my parents clearly anymore. Jaya now understood. So that is why you did not throw it away. This memory sharing thing is really uncomfortable. You should pretend you do not see things like this, Jaja. In the evening, the sun was gradually less intense. Habin was preparing to go out. She wore the blue jacket her mother bought, and did not forget to bring her backpack. Then she called out to Jaja, let us go. I will be back soon. Now I also know how to choose clothes by myself. At the shopping center, Jaja was excited. This place is really bright and airy. There are many people passing by, but didn't you say you would be back soon? Why have you been circling around this place for 2 hours? You're already complaining after just 2 hours. Your endurance is weaker than I thought, Jaja. Every swordsmanship begins with patience and willpower. I will never get bored. Habin was helpless. Okay. But I can't find the kind of stuff I want to buy. I probably have to go to the luxury area for hunters. Habin pressed the elevator to go upstairs. Have you already decided on a model? Yeah, I once borrowed a super light, soft, and extremely comfortable jacket from Hyun-si Woo. I saw on the tag that it was made from some cloud feather wool byproduct or something. I have to go to the hunter's luxury area. It is my first time going as a customer. Have you been here before? Yeah, I used to come to the repair area in this luxury brand a few times when I was working as a porter. This is the luxury area for hunters of the J Shopping Center. It is the place with the highest sales in the center. Ordinary people can't enter. It is the shopping area for the top VVVIPs. And I am the youngest and most successful salesperson here. Cheon Sara, the top-selling rookie in the entire shopping center. I remember the faces and preferences of VIP customers clearly, and I win them over to increase sales. Ah, President OO of the OO Group. You said you were interested in the JJ brand the other day, right? You even remember that. Thanks to that, VIP customers value me very much, and my sales are skyrocketing. But, Sarah, a voice called out. It is good to care about regular customers, but please follow the internal guidelines. Colleague Yuji, he reminded. He repeated the internal rules for Sarah to adjust. Even if you have a lot of customers, you can't only focus on serving regular customers. Sarah was secretly annoyed, as if she is jealous or something. That is really troublesome. But she still denied it out loud. Oh, I have never done that before. Serving one VIP customer is more profitable than serving 10 regular customers. At this rate, you still won't be as good as anyone. A solemn greeting rang out. Hello, madam. Seeing Habin's simplicity, Sarah evaluated her a little. What is with that? Saving every penny to buy gifts for her parents. What kind of clothes is she wearing? Sarah looked from top to bottom. Yuji politely greeted the guest. Welcome, customer. This is a luxury area, only for hunters. Gee, he asked Habin to present her license. Suddenly, Sarah remembered. I remember now. Gee, you do not need to. I know this person. What? The repair shop is over there. You are a porter, right? Habin was surprised. So you still remember me coming here, but I am not here to be a porter today. What? Then what did you come here for? Saha asked with a contemptuous voice. I came as a customer. A customer. Saying this, she sneered. Then you must have a license. This is a private area for hunters. Jihe immediately stopped her. I apologize, customer. Sarah is new and a little careless. What are you saying? She is clearly a porter. The license is, Habin said slowly. She presented a card. This is the license, right? A rank trainee. What, a rank? Is that really your license? Not someone else's? Jihe shouted loudly. Sarah, what are you doing to the customer? We sincerely apologize. We will not let this happen again. Habin still continued. What if there is an accident? Do you need to verify it again? Do I need to show my ID card too? No need, madam. That is enough verification. Habin successfully entered the VIP area. You said you were looking for clothes made of cloud feather wool, right? There are only a few models left in the Elemis line right now. Ah, this is the kind Hyun Si-woo has. I can't wear matching clothes. Borrowing them back and forth is okay, but wearing the exact same thing at the same time is not. If you go outside wearing matching clothes, people will ask if you are in love. The Azure line uses quite a lot of cloud feather wool material. I am happy to introduce you to many items. Habin had her eye on a jacket. This is really great. It is very much my style. The entire lining is made of cloud feather wool, made of the highest quality material. I heard that Azure's new investor really likes this type of wool, so this line is carefully crafted. They really have an eye for aesthetics. Also, this outfit has anti-stain and antibacterial effects. Oh, so if I wear this, I do not need to wash it often, and it won't smell bad, right? Yes, I suppose so. If bodily fluids or blood splatter on it, it won't stick to the smell or stains. Maybe. Perfect. Habin's eyes lit up. Last time at Kill Screen, I was so tired of being afraid of getting blood on my clothes and being discovered. These outfits are all made of cloud feather wool, right? Yes, that is right. All of these outfits, I will take them all. Sarah heard Habin announce this to Jihe, and she blanked out, not believing her ears. What? How can there be so many bags? I can't believe it. Unable to believe it. While Sarah was in a daze, someone frantically called out, Ms. Cool. Sarah, I just received news from the vehicle team. Hunter Chae-ji-se is coming to the luxury area. Sarah panicked. What? Chae-ji-se of Solaris? Really? What should I do now? I have never served a VIP of that level. I do not know what to do. Okay, I will take care of it. I heard that Ms. Chae-ji-se has acquired several large shopping centers. Who knows, I might even get a job offer. Then the highest sales this period will be mine. I will leave this tiny shopping center to go to that giant system. Oh my god, it is really Chae-ji-se. Sarah revealed a satisfied smile. She is here. Now is the time to show off my godly customer service skills.